But let's go through one by one and let's aim to do one card a minute. So we're starting off with a Death Knight card. So I'm going to reset the poll. Finish poll. Here we go. The first card. Threads. Threads of Despair. 1 mana. Shadow spell. Give all minions Death Rattle. Deal 1 damage to all minions. Wow. It's 1 blood rune as well. So it's giving me Defile vibes. It's one of those cards like this works very well with like what's the name of a card? The 2 mana spell that summons some recruits and they have undeads inside them with charge. This works well with that, right? And it's working on friendlies, it's working on enemies, and it only costs 1 mana. Like, if there's a couple of shitters on the board, you can probably use this on like turn 3 or 4 to clear the whole board for 1 mana. It's a strong card. It might just be better than something like Corpse Explosion in certain metas, right? So you could use it in like a blood control deck. I think it's quite good. I'd probably give that a 3-star. Chat's giving it a 2-star. 2 is fair. It is quite a situational card, isn't it? Maybe you just don't run it in your deck. Maybe it is a 2. We'll give it a 2. Okay, chat. Next card. You see, we're turboing through. This is a Meatman set review. 2 mana Silk Stitching. 2 mana spell. Choose a friendly minion. Discover a spell that costs 4 or less for it to cast when it dies. It seems a bit bad. Like, it seems very situational. I guess it depends on what you're offered, right? If you get like a really nutty 4-cost spell and you've already got like a pleb on the board, it could be good. But the spell is getting cast with random targets. I don't know. I don't think I'd put it in my deck. I think it's probably a 1. Chat also gives this a 1. Can't choose the spell, can't choose the target, can't choose when it dies, yeah. Seems like a bad card. Okay, next one. I'm gonna go get my bobber. You have a look at this card, chat. I've got the old one first, yes. So, by the way, I was commenting in a previous stream that there were too many aloes in my bobber. My wife made a confession. She ordered the bobber last week with extra aloes. Look at how many aloes there are in this bobber. I don't know if you can see this, but like the aloes are all the way up to here. It's just ridiculous. Far too many aloes. Alright, Shambling Zombie Tank. 2 mana 3/2. Taunt. Battle Cry. Spend 5 corpses to summon a copy of this. It's an undead and a mech. It's a corpse spender. It's a 2. So once we get the corpses, this isn't a 2-drop that you slam on 2. Once you get the corpses, it's 2 mana, 6/4 of taunt stats, and it has synergy with things that want corpses to be spent, like Rainbow DK. Could be good. I think the other corpse spender is rotating, right? You know the 5 mana thing that summons like a 10/10 taunt with 10 corpses? I think that's rotating, right? I think this card could see play. It's unholy too. Unholy doesn't have a great way, like triple Unholy doesn't have a great way to spend corpses. But yeah, you can't play at 2 mana. It's probably a 2-star card. Chat is hovering 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I'd give it a 2-star. Okay, we're going to finish that poll and we're going to move on to the next card. Rambunctious Stuffy. 3 mana. Undead Beast. 4/2. Rush. After you cast a frost spell, gain Reborn. So you play it. It's a 3 mana 4/2 with Rush. You cast a frost spell. And then you have another 4/1 with Rush. It's a lot of stuff that's got to happen. I think that's a 1. Personally. Like, yeah, there's got to be better removal than this. Like, I think the Threads of Despair for 1 mana was better removal than this. Alright, next one. Rainbow Seamstress, 3 mana 3/3, undead, battle cry. If your deck started with a blood, frost, or unholy card, gain taunt, reborn, or rush. Lifesteal, reborn, or rush, respectively. Wow. So in Rainbow DK, with 1 blood, 1 unholy, and 1 frost, this is a 3 mana 3/3 with Russian Lifesteal and Reborn. That's quite good. I think that might be a 3-star card. Chat is between a 3 and a 4-star. I don't think it's quite good enough to be 4-star, but if your opponent drops this on 3, you know about it. And if your opponent drops it later on in the game, and their life total is low, you're also a bit pissed off. It's good. It's a good card. I think it's a 3. It has no impact. Yeah, but this card isn't about having an impact, David Nain. This card is about being generally good and supporting Rainbow DK. Alright, next one. Dr. Stitch and Sew. 6 mana, 6/4, undead. Battle Cry, discover a 5. Oh my, hang on, this is a legendary. This is a complicated card. There's 4 lines of text here. Battle Cry, discover a 5, 3, and 1 cost minion to stitch to this. Death Rattle, summon the 5 cost minion. What? When it says stitch to it, what does that mean? Does that mean that, like, this gets the effects of the cards? Does it mean it gets the death rattles? Does it mean it gets everything? Five drop has death rattle, summon the 3 drop. Oh. So it's like Rattlegore. It's cheaper than Rattlegore. It's very annoying. What would I rate it, though? Chat has given it a 5-star. Someone in chat has mentioned Piloted Sky Golem. It is, right? It's Piloted Sky Golem. Piloted Sky Golem was hardly played, and that was 10 years ago. This is actually a 1-star card. It's a 1-star card. Chat got baited. Look at that. There's a bunch of 4 and 5 stars. Now, the only time this is going to be a 4 or a 5 star is if the stitching means that the stats get added to it immediately and the effects get added to it immediately, but I think it would be too broken. I think it does work like Rattlegore or Piloted Sky Golem. And yes, it's a sticky boy, but it's too slow. It's a 1 star. Alright, next card. Darkthorn Quilter. 4 mana 2/4 Undead Quillboar. At the end of your turn, deal this minion's attack damage randomly split among enemies. Wow, at the end of your turn. It's Unholy Rune as well. So if you manage to buff this up in your hand and then you drop it, it will be a big boy and it would shit over your opponent's minions, maybe their face, and they've got to deal with it, or it does it again next turn. I think it looks quite good, but it's only good if you buff it, right? And it has an Unholy Rune. So how is Unholy buffing this? One Unholy, 2 blood. I guess you could do that. Yeah, you could run it in like a Rainbow DK, right? And put some buff cards in. I think this card has potential. I'm going to give it a 2 star. Chat is on 1 star. You thought it dealt to all enemies? No. No, it's not. Come on, it's not a Demon Hunter card. It's a Death Knight card. Anyway, next one. We're flying through. Oh wait, is that all of them? Hold on, no. Don't rate this one. What? Why did it jump? Why did it jump classes? We hadn't finished for Death Knights. That was weird. Alright. The Headless Horseman. This is a hero card. So this is the first Death Knight hero card. 6 mana. Battle Cry. Destroy the enemy minion with the most attack. Shuffle my head into your deck. You must get it back. When drawn, this casts, and your enemy will cower. Imbue the souls of the undead into your hero power. So what hero powers do you get? You get deal 3 damage. Discover an undead. Deal 3 damage. Ah, right, okay. So the hero power starts off as deal 3. And then it's deal 3 damage, discover an undead. Which is quite powerful. You can tutor out the head. There's like a 3 mana card that draws a card that didn't start in your deck. So this is like, it casts Asphyxiate, which is a 3 mana spell. It gives you 5 armor. It gives you a better hero power, which gets even better later in the game. This is quite good. I think it's not the best hero card that's ever been printed. I would probably give it a 3 or a 4 star. Chat's giving it a 5 star. Really? Alright, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. The runes ruin it. Well, I think they're trying to push Rainbow DK. Also, I think all of the triple runes are going away. All of the triple rune cards are rotating out, which is something I've been saying they should have done for a long time. So I'm very happy that now there are no triple rune cards in Standard. I think that's what they should have done from the start. Alright, it's a cool card though, I like it. Why is, dude, it keeps jumping. So Lesser Spinel Spellstone is what we're voting now. 1 mana, spell, give undead in your hand +1/+1. Oh, gain 5 corpses to upgrade. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. So basically, you gain corpses, and this goes up to +3/+3. And it costs 1. Wow. And remember the other card, chat? Remember the porcupine? This boy doesn't look so bad now, does he? If you buff him up to a 5/7, and then he's dealing 5 damage, he's shitting all over the opponent and their board. Doesn't look so bad anymore, does it? That's a strong card. I quite like that. It's hand buff, but it costs 1 mana. And I think if you can get it up to like +2/+2 or +3/+3, it's very good for 1 mana. I like that card. I'd give that a 3 star. Yeah, I'd give that a 3 star. That's cool. Why are you jumping around? Come on, come back. Right, next card. Amateur Puppeteer, 5 mana, 2/6 undead, miniaturize, taunt, death rattle, give undead in your hand, +2/+2. It's another hand buff thing. What's miniaturize again? Get a 1-cost 1/1 copy of this. So you play this as a 2/6 with taunt. You get a 1 mana 1/1 version when it dies, and it gives all undead in your hand +2/+2. So that's mega hand buff, and it's annoying. Does it buff the 1/1 that goes in your hand? So does the 1/1 get instantly buffed? Yeah, it does, right? You like this, it gets, you get the 1/1 straight away. So if this dies, it will buff the 1/1. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is quite strong. And it has really good synergy with the porcupine. I like it. I give it a 3 star. Chat's giving it a 2 star. So overall, I quite like this set for Death Knight. There's a lot of shitty cards there, but there are some cards which I think have potential. I like these hand buff cards. They look fun. I'm looking forward to playing with them. Anyway, we're going to move on to Hunter now. I told you it's going to be a quick set review. Fetch. 2 mana, spell, draw a minion. If it's a beast, draw a spell. So basically what they want you to do is they want you to have only beasts. All of your minions are beasts. And then this is 2 mana, draw 2. Which is good. 2 mana, draw 2 cards is good. I'd give that a 2 or a 3 star. Depending on how desperate Hunter is for card draw. Probably a 2 star. Because it does give you deck building restrictions, and Hunter probably has ways to draw whilst developing tempo now. Chat is on 3 or 4 star. Okay. Chat, I'll give you a 3 star for that one. Next card. Tyrannosaurus. 7 mana, 7/6 beast. Rush. Death rattle. Deal 5 damage to a random enemy. That seems a bit shit, doesn't it, for 7 mana? Feels like maybe they should have given it miniaturize as well, you know? One star. Can go face? Yes, it can, but it costs 7 mana. Mystery Egg. 5 mana, 0/3, miniaturize, death rattle, get a copy of a random beast in your deck. It costs 5 less. So on turn 6, you could play a 0/3 and a 0/1. Your opponent ignores them because they don't have taunt. You have to pop them. And then when they die, you get a copy of a random beast in your deck that costs 5 less. So maybe you could have like a 2 mana toy Rhinoceros, for example. 1 star. It's too slow. It's far too slow. Is it a 0/1 or a 1/1? Oh, it's a 1/1. Yeah, okay. It's a 1/1. So a 1/1 is much better than a 0/3 with this text. Yes, I agree. And it's not a beast, yeah. It's I think this is 1. This is bad. Patchwork Pals. 2 mana spell. Get all 3 animal companions. They cost 1 less. So there have been different ways that they have allowed you to get the 3 animal companions in the past. There used to be a 6 mana spell where if you only had spells in your deck, it would summon 2. And then there was an 8 mana spell which summoned all 3. And I think that was nerfed to 9 mana. So this, you could play this on turn 8, and it would be, what was it, Call to the Wild or something? Which was a strong card. Because you could just play them all. And this has more flexibility. Like, you can play this on 2. You can maybe play 2 of them together on 4. Hunter, I think Hunter players are going to love this card. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's maybe like a 2 or a 3 star card. Can you buff and copy Huffer? Yeah, you probably can. I think I'd give it a 3 just to be generous to Hunter, and because it's a nice, it's nice. Everyone likes Huffer. We'll give it a 3, but it's probably a 2. All right, Jungle Gym. But where is the Kitchen Gym? Jungle Gym, 2 mana, location with 3 charges, deal 1 damage to a random enemy, repeat for each friendly beast. That sounds pretty broken. That sounds like it's pushing a lot of damage. There's got to be ways that Hunter is going to summon like a lot of beasts, right? This is going to be in the game for a year and a half. So let's say that you drop it on 2, and then somehow you manage to fill your board with beasts on turn 3 or 4 or whatever. You click this button, and it does 6 damage splashed over the board for 2 mana, and it's still got 2 more charges. So this is probably like a 4 star card. Chat thinks 4 or 5 star. There's some people who think 1 star. Do I like being a doctor or full-time streaming? I think at the moment I prefer being a doctor. But it changes. Changes on a weekly basis. Yeah, I like this. 4 stars. Let's see the cards it's supposed to synergize with. It's 7 damage with a full board. Oh, it's 7 with a full board. That's even better than I thought it was. Yeah, it's a good card. 4 or 5 star. RC Rampage, 4 mana spell, summon 6 1/1 hounds. Any that can't fit, give the others +1/+1. Yeah. So this is what they want you to do. They want you to play the Jungle Gym on 2. They want you to coin out your RC Rampage. And then they want you to click your button, and then you deal like 7 damage, and your opponent's sad because you have a full board, and their board is gone. That's strong. So this card, what is this card? This is probably a 3-star card, right? Like this by itself is not a 4-star card. This is a 3-star card. Maybe it's not even a 3-star card, but you know, like, imagine playing this versus Wario and they just play Bladestorm or whatever. Anyway, it's a cool combo. It's very simple, so I think people who play Hunter will understand it. Remote control. 2 mana, weapon, a 1 attack, 3 durability weapon. After your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 hound. Oh, so this also has synergy with the location. Right? Yeah, so this is also putting shitty beasts on the board and making the jungle gym better. How good is this by itself? This is very good by itself, right? There used to be a 2 mana 1/2 version of this. Wait. Yeah, there was a free. Yeah. So this used to be 3 mana, but the 1/1s had rush. Yeah, and that the locust stick was played. I would say the locust swarm weapon was probably like a 2 or 3-star card. I think this is better because it's cheaper. The rush doesn't make a huge difference because they're 1/1s. They're just shitters. I'll probably give this 3-star. This is a good weapon. Yeah, I'd give it a 3. Chat gives it a 3 as well. And it's like the Shaman totem weapon as well. Yeah, I think this is good. 3-star card. Next one. Painted Canvasaur. 2 mana 3/2 beast. Battle cry. Give each other friendly beast a random bonus effect. So is this like adapt? Adapt your other beasts? That's pretty strong. Especially with the cards we just saw. Like, you know, suddenly those 1/1s have got like Lifesteal or Taunt or Wind Fury. I like it. You can use it on bigger things as well, right? I'd probably give this a 3-star as well. Chat's between a 2 and a 4, so I'm gonna give that a 3, I think. Poisonous as well, yeah, poisonous, very good. Reborn Divine Shield, yeah, that's gonna be a nuisance. If you don't clean up their shit's gonna start being even more annoying. It's gonna get stickier and it's gonna get harder to clean up. Yeah, I give that a 3-star, I think. Next card. This is a legendary card. Hemet Foam Marksman. 5 mana 3/6. After a friendly beast dies, get a random legendary beast from the past. It costs 2 less. Huh. So, we have all of our shitters on the board. We play our Hemet Foam Marksman, and we trade our beasts in because we're hunters and we like to trade our things into other things. And then we get some random legendary beasts from the past, which cost 2 less. I think this one is a bit of a stretch. I think this one is not so good. Chat's giving it 1 star. I'd probably give this. I'd probably give it a 2 star. I don't think it makes the archetype. I don't know if it even fits in the deck. Yeah, I give it a 2 star. Yo, what's up, Norwis? There aren't many legendary beasts. It's from the past, Norwis. There's 10 years worth. Also, it's random. It could be from any class. You could get Hyreek the Bat, for example. Like, the pool is huge. I would imagine. Alright, is that all the Hunter cards? Overall, I think Hunter got some complete shit. And Hunter also got some very good cards. If you're looking at your classes set. Oh no, there's one more. There's King Plush. So there's King Plush. We gotta vote on King Plush. 9 mana, 6/6, beast, charge, battle cry. Return all minions with less attack than this to their owner's hands. So it's kind of like Vanish on the battle cry, but if your opponent's taunt minion has 6 attack or 7 attack, or maybe even 8 attack, the King Plush isn't going to put it back in their hand. It still probably is going to put most things back into the opponent's hand. And you get a 6/6 charge as well. But it costs 9 mana. I don't know. I think it's a fine card, but 9 mana is a lot of mana. So I'd probably give it a 2 star, personally. I don't read chat. He lacks critical information. Turn all minions with less to their owners. Oh, to their owners' decks. Oh. Ah. So it's like Psychic Scream. Okay. I don't wanna play Psychic Scream for 9 mana in Hunter. Like, I don't know. I guess it's a good card, but I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3 star. But chat, 9 mana is a lot of mana. Yeah, Reno Hunter card. Yeah, I could see it in Reno Hunter. Let's give it 3 star. But it's not going to be a meta-defining card or anything. Like, use your brain, chat, and think of how many 9 or 10 cost minions have been meta-defining, right? I can probably count them on my hand. So there was Denathrius. Sire Denathrius was meta-defining. That was broken. Onyxia. Onyxia was only really meta-defining because it was in Druid. And Druid could ramp into it. There were Yogg. Yogg was meta-defining. I guess this kind of... I could see this fitting in with those. I don't think it's a 4 star, but I think it's a 3 star. Anyway, overall, I think Hunter got a good set. And it needed a good set because it's the worst class at the moment. And I think that the Hunter fans are going to really like the Jungle Gym, the RC Rampage, and the remote control with a painted canvasaur. I think that these cards are just, they're so simple. And like I said earlier, Hunter players, they don't have as many brain cells as people who play other classes. So I think this is right up their street. Anyway, Mage. Yogg in the box. 8 mana. Shadow spell. Cast 5 random spells. If your deck has no minions, the spells cast cost 5 or more. Ron feels offended. Well, he's not here, is he? How can he be offended if he's not here? So this is like, I have to spend 8 mana on this, and I have to run no minions in my deck. And then it's going to cast 5 spells, random spells that cost 5 or more. 5 for fun. I think Norwis is right. I think it's a 1. I'm with you, Norwis. I'm giving it a 1. Just think about it this way, chat. A lot of the time when you play Energy Shaper, you get like 3 or 4 5-cost spells in the hand, right? So imagine that the Energy Shaper costs 8 mana, doesn't have a body, and it just randomly casts all of those spells that you got. It's okay, like it's still powerful, but 8 mana is a lot of mana. I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2. Right, next card. Does it cast only mage spells? No, spells from any class. Manufacturing Error. 6 mana, draw 3 cards. If your deck has no minions, they cost 3 less. Wow. Skull of Gul'dan, right? Skull of Gul'dan. But doesn't have to be outcast, and you can't have minions in your deck. So what did we rate Skull of Gul'dan? Skull of Gul'dan, once it got nerfed, did see play. I think it would probably be ranked as like maybe a 3-star or 2-star card. I'd probably give this a 3-star rating as well. Skull pre-nerf was, I think Skull pre-nerf was probably a 4 or a 5-star. Probably a 4-star. It wasn't like the thing that was making Demon Hunter broken. This is a good card though. I'd give this a 3-star. Chat's also giving it a 3-star. Next card. Spot the difference. 4 mana. Spell. Discover a 3-cost minion to summon. If your deck has no minions, repeat this. That's quite good. It's a lot of stats. I think you'd be quite happy to play this on 4. It's a bit like, you know, Cold Case is rotating out. I think this is having a slightly bigger impact than Cold Case on the board, but you don't get the armor. There's also the deck building restriction. Overall, how am I comparing this to Cold Case? Like, the average outcome is that you get like a couple of 3/4s, right? Couple of 3/4s with no armor. His keyboard's still in. Yes, Cosmic Keyboard is still in the game. So you could keyboard on 2 and then play this on 4. I think I'd probably give it a 3-star. I think it's on par with Cold Case if you run no minions in your deck. So I'd give it a 3-star. Chat's also giving it a 3. It's a nice card. I'm always drinking milkshake. Shut the fuck up, it's a bobber. It's not a milkshake. You're uncultured. Frostlich Cross Stitch. 5 mana frost spell. Deal 4 damage to a character. If it dies, summon a 3/6 water elemental. So summon a 3/6 water elemental. That's bad. That's really bad. Like, it costs 1 more than a water elemental, and the dealing 4 damage. I mean, sometimes you can point at face and your opponent dies, but I don't want to, like, do a little bit of damage to a minion, summon a water elemental. That's a 1. Also, this is one of the spells they want you to put in the spell mage deck. Like, nah, I don't want to run that. I'm giving that a 1. Requiring it to die makes it stink. Yes, it does. It really does. Watercolor Artist. 4 mana, 4/4 elemental. Draw battle cry. Draw a frost spell at the start of your turns. Reduce its cost by 1. So you can leave the spell in your hand and you can just let it reduce over the course of the game. Continuous and it doesn't have to stick. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I like the design of that card. It could be good in the future as well. Like, even if there's not a frost spell that it works great with at the moment, maybe it's good in the future. Doing a bit of draw, a bit of ramp, a bit of tempo. Reminds me a bit of Azure Drake. I'd probably give it a 2-star. Chat's on 1. Yeah, I mean the previous card was a frost spell, but I don't want to draw that one. I don't want to draw that frost spell. Maybe that's the only frost spell that they're gonna that we have to draw though. I don't know. Anyway, we'll give it a 2 and we'll move on. Sleet Skater. 5 mana, 3/4 elemental. Miniaturize. Battlecry. Freeze an enemy minion. Gain armor equal to its attack. Wow. That's a lot of armor. Well, if they have a big minion. And we can always save a miniaturize for later, right? But basically, this is doing a little bit of tempo. It's doing a lot of healing and armor gain. But it's a minion, so it doesn't fit with any of the other cards that get released. I think it's reasonable. I think I'd probably give this card a 2-star. Chat's giving it a 4-star. Wow. What's miniaturized? You get a 1 mana 1/1 version of this. So you get this card as well. Not freezing face. Yeah, you can't freeze face. Which I guess is a downside. I think it's a 2-star card, personally. I think it's quite fringe. But in certain situations, it's going to be really nice. Hidden Objects. 2 mana, discover a secret, set its cost to 1. So it's a secret. this probably goes pretty well in the 0 minion mage deck. But we don't have objection anymore. I don't know. I feel like the secrets in standard are gonna be shit. Right? I think I'd give it a 2-star. I don't think it's 1, but you know, if let's say that a secret, let's say an objection tier secret is released in 6 months, in 1 year, this becomes a lot better, right? But I'll give it a 2-star for now. Yo, what's up, Mills? Looking good, buddy. We're doing a set review. Triple Wick Trickster. 4 mana, 2/3 elemental. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy 3 times. So does it always hit the same random enemy? Or does it hit one random enemy, then another one, and another one? It's not bad. Like, to give some context, there's a Demon Hunter card that does 6 damage randomly split amongst the lowest health enemies, and it costs 4, and it does 6 damage a bit like this, but it doesn't have a body, and that gets played, but dealing 2 damage to a random enemy is worse than that effect. I think probably you never play this card. Yeah, it's probably a 1-star. Chat is between 1, 2, and 3, so I'll say a 2-star from chat. I think it's a 1-star card, though. Alright, we got a legendary spell. This card looks exciting. Let's read this one together, chat. Read it together. 10 mana arcane spell. The Galactic Projection. The Galactic Projection Orb. Recast a random spell of each cost you've cast this game. Targets enemies if possible. So this is the payoff for your spell mage deck, right? You run only spells, you run this card, you draw it with your Skull of Gul'dan on 6, so it costs 7, and your opponent cries, and you're, like, you know, or you high roll all of your spells, and, you know, they're all burn spells, they all go face. There's a random objection that gets cast in there as well, even though objection's not in standard. It's powerful. I'd give that 5-star. I think that's a first 5-star card of the set. What do you think, chat? I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that might be better than Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron. It's a good card. 5 stars. And there's one more. Don't forget Puzzle Master Khudgar. A 6 mana 5/5 battle cry. Equip a 0/6 Wisdom Ball. Oh yeah. I'd like some of those Wisdom Balls. Equip a 0/6 Wisdom Ball that casts helpful mage spells. Yo, Pocket Train coming in with a raid. Thank you, Pocket Train. We're doing a set review. We're done with the lifting. The shirt has gone back on, and we're doing a set review. Now, this isn't going to be like Pheno and Pocket Train and Jambray's set review. This is a quick set review. Alright, we've only been going for like half an hour. We're already on the 3rd class. We're on Mage. And this is the last Mage card. And then we're moving on to PP Priest. Alright. They wanted shirtless Meatman. Well, they can get shirtless Meatman next time someone gifts 25 subs during an exercise stream. It's going to be a regular thing, right? There was a lot of hype about the exercise stream today. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Puzzle Master Khadgar. 6 mana 5/5. Equip a 0/6 Wisdom Ball that casts helpful mage spells. So the body's not bad. The helpful mage spells, Polymorph, Missiles, Mirror Image. Wow, some of these are terrible. Frostbolt, Arcane Intellect, Fireball, Counterspell, Ice Barrier, Blizzard? What? So does it just cast a random one? Like, so for example, if I have my Wisdom Ball and there's nothing on my opponent's side of the board, could it cast Polymorph? It works like Zephyrus. Well, if it works like Zephyrus, then I want it to cast Blizzard every turn, because Blizzard is the most helpful out of those spells. Blizzard is, like, obviously so much better than all of those. I don't know. That's kind of cool, though. It's a good card. I'd probably give it a 5-star. Yeah, I'm going to give that one a 5-star as well. So Mage overall, I think got some cool cards. I'm looking forward to trying the Spell Mage. It looks like a lot of fun, particularly the Galactic Projection Orb. Khadgar looks fun as well. And then Mage also got a lot of horse shit. Right, PP Priest. New class. Pay attention, chat. We're voting as well, so you type your rating of the card in the chat. If you think it's shit, you give it a 1. If you think it's the best card you've ever seen, you're so excited, you're going to pay money to Blizzard to put this card in your deck, you give it a 5. Clay Matriarch, 6 mana, 3/7 dragon, miniaturize, taunt, death rattle, summon a 4/4 whelp with elusive. So there's a lot of stuff that we need to break down on this card. A lot of stuff. Miniaturize means that you get a 1 mana 1/1 copy in your hand when you play it. So for 7 mana, you could play this as a 3/7 and a 1/1 together. It has taunt, and it has death rattle, summon a 4/4 welt with elusive. So this is a massive steaming pile of stats. If on turn 7, if you drop this with a mini, you get 4/8 plus 8/8. You get 12, 16 of stats. Some of it has taunt, some of it can't be targeted. Like, that's a very annoying minion. I don't know if I want to put it in my deck, but it's very annoying. I'd probably give it a 2 or a 3-star. Chat's giving it a 4-star. I think it's probably a 2-star card, because it doesn't really fit with Priest. Anyway. It's a dragon as well. Oh, no, wait. It's dragon, right? I remember this now. There's other dragon synergies. Okay, we're going to give this a 3-star because there's other dragon synergies. I forgot about this. 3-star. Okay, next card. You'll see what I mean, chat. You'll see what I mean. 4 mana, fly off the shelves. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Repeat for each dragon you're holding. So if I have a handful of dragons, it might happen. This could be like Aftershocks, but it costs 4 mana. I mean, I only need to be holding 2 dragons for it to be Aftershocks, right? I don't know. I think Priest probably has better board clears than this. How many dragons do we need to be holding for this to be good? It clears death rattles. Some death rattles, yes. I don't know. If we're holding like... If we're holding 4 dragons, I think that this is quite good. If we're holding 3 dragons, I think it's good. If we're holding 2 dragons, I think it's... meh. I probably wouldn't put it in the deck. So we need a lot of dragons. Overall, I think it's too many dragons required. So I'd probably give this a 2-star. Chat's mainly on 1-star. What did we get? There's a... Oh my goodness, VIP. I don't have any stickers left. / VIP Olanga. Nah, I'm sorry, buddy. We don't have enough stickers left. Minus 200k. Unlucky, bro. Alright. Next card. Purifying Power. A 2-mana spell. Silence all friendly minions, then give them +1 / +2. Are there any can't attack or, like, grossly overstated minions in Standard at the moment? I can't think of any. When was the last time anyone actually got VIP? I think it was 2022, Ubra. The 3-mana 4/8 is. I like this card. I mean, it's also giving all minions +1 +2. If you ignore the silence part completely, this is like... This is quite a good board buff. I'd probably give it... I'd probably give it 3-star. But... It's one of those cards which is... it could be like a real force in the meta. It could be complete shit. Also, why isn't the poll working? The poll's broken. We'll start again. You can vote on this one again, chat. I'm sorry it was broken. Two. Yeah, I'd probably... Chat thinks 1. I don't know about that. Maybe it is a 1. I don't really know what to put it in, but I think I'll give it a 2. Alright, next card. Scale Replica. 2 mana. Draw your lowest and highest cost dragon. Oh, that's good. So I'm tutoring out my dragons. It has synergy with the board clear that wants me to have dragons in my hand. It's 2 mana. It draws 2 cards. It's drawing a specific card. Right? It's very specific tutor. I like that a lot. I think I'm going to give that a 3-star. Chat's giving a 4 or 5-star? Oh my goodness. Is it that good? Is it really that good? Maybe it is. It could be. Alright, we'll give it a 4. Okay, this is a good card. Shit the bed. Can curve into the 3-mana 3/3. Oh, we haven't got to that one yet. We need to look at more cards because we haven't got to that one yet. This is good though. We know this is a good card. Next one. Time Winder Zarimi. 5-mana 4/6 dragon. Once per game, if you've summoned 5 other dragons, take an extra turn. That's a 5-star card. Oh, baby, that's a 5-star card. Now, let's think about how this plays out, all right? Let's just say hypothetically that we have played a dragon on turn 1, a dragon on turn 2, a dragon on turn 3, a dragon on turn 4, and a dragon on turn 5. And then we play this. Hypothetically, it would ramp us a mana crystal. It would draw us a card because we get an extra turn. It freezes our opponent because, you know, the things we have on the board are going to get to attack again. Obviously, taking an extra turn is nuts. But I don't think this happens on turn 6 very often. I think this probably happens on average probably no earlier than turn 8 or 9. And at that point, it's still good, but I think it's a tempo effect rather than a combo effect. I think it's just going to be very, very powerful tempo. Summoned? Oh, summoned. Not played. Oh, wow. Does that make a difference? Probably. How are we summoning dragons without playing them, though? The 6 mana is, Wait, oh, the 6 mana summons you 4 dragons. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, so that's like 4 dragons. So this is quite easy to activate. Anyway, we're giving this a 5-star. This is a good card. Everyone thinks it's a 5-star because everyone loves taking extra turns, apart from if they're being taken against you. 5-star. Next card. It's fun. Papercraft Angel. 3 mana, 2/5. Your hero power costs 0. And then there's some other hero power cards, right? That synergize with this. Like, there's a new Raza that we need to look at. But this by itself, I think with the Raza, which we're going to see later, I think I'd probably give this a 3-star. I think there's going to be something cool that you can do with, like, Raza and this and Reno, I think. There's probably going to be some kind of an OTK deck with Reno. So yeah, 3-star. Chat thinks 3-star on this too. Cool. Next card. Careless Crafter. 3 mana 3/3. Death Rattle. Get 2 0-cost bandages that restore 3 health. Oh, that's good with Raza, right? These bandages, you can refresh your hero power. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, at its simplest, this is a 3 mana 3/3 that restores 6 health. Better Earthen Ring Farseer. It's flexible. You can use it on minions to activate the overheal effect. Oh, but it's Death Rattle. It's not Battle Cry. It's Death Rattle. Makes it a lot worse. Probably a 2 or 3-star. Chat thinks 4. Yeah, I think it's 2. I think you didn't read you didn't read the Death Rattle, chat, like me. It's a 2. Alright. Repackage. Oh, this one. 7 mana, repackage. Stuff all minions into a 2-cost box, then shuffle it into the opponent's deck. So, it's like Psychic Scream, which was probably a 4 or 5-star card. But it's not as good as Psychic Scream, because Psychic Scream, you had to, like, redraw shitters one at a time, which was really, really bad. Like, this, like, at least if you draw the 2-cost box, like, it's a lot of, like, it's probably quite a good top deck, because it's got a lot of stuff inside. Maybe it's a bad top deck, I don't know. It's certainly not as good a card as Psychic Scream, but Psychic Scream was so good. This is probably a 3 or a 4-star card. Like, it's a really good board clear. I'd probably give it 4 stars. Chat is mainly on 4 as well. It's as expensive as Scream and much worse. It's not much worse. It's a little bit worse than Scream. Like, it's having the same tempo as Psychic Scream, and the best part about Psychic Scream was the tempo. Like, let's compare this, for example, to Whirlpool, which is rotating. I think that this is a better board clear than Whirlpool. It's cheaper than Whirlpool, and it doesn't activate death rattles. And Whirlpool, I think, was probably a 3-star card. I think this is a 4-star card. It's good. It's a good card. Next one. Chalk Artist. 4 mana 4/3. Battle Cry. Draw a minion, transform it into a random legendary one, keeping its original stats and cost. I don't like random legendary minions. I mean, you're never running this in a deck, right? Come on. It's a 1. I'm disgusted. We're supposed to be reviewing Broken Priest cards, not arena cards. Raza Resealed, 5 mana 5/5. Battle Cry. For the rest of the game, your hero power refreshes whenever you play a card. There's no duplicate requirement. There's no requirements. You just get the hero power refreshing whenever you play a card. So what they want you to do, they want you to have this effect before you play Papercraft Angel. And then you play your Papercraft Angel, you play cards and you heal to full. But what they really want you to do is they want you to play this. They want you to play Rono Jepson and then play your Papercraft Angel. Maybe you even play it with the Rono Jepson Refresh Hero Power. And then every time you play a card, you're dealing 2 to your opponent's face. You're refreshing 2 crystals. There's going to be a video on Clark Hellscream's YouTube channel of him killing somebody with this in the first week of the expansion. It's a lot of fun, and it could be very powerful. I think it might not be tier 1, but I'm looking forward to playing it nonetheless. We're going to give it a 5-star rating. Oh my goodness. 5 stars for Raza Resealed. Yes. Now that was... that was a fucking good set for Priest. Alright? I'm not saying that I would leave... I'm not saying that I would leave behind my job and my family for this Priest set of cards. But I'd think about it for a second. These are really, really fucking good Priest cards. This might be the best set that Priest has ever got in Hearthstone. I'm very excited. Oh my goodness. It's a bait? I don't think it is a bait. I think these are some very cool cards. But let's move on to the next class because we're not pissing about. This is a rapid set review. We're on to Rogue now. Bargain Bin Buccaneer. 3 mana 3/2 PP Pirate. Rush. Combo. Summon a copy of this. So it's like 3 mana 6/4 of stats. They have Rush. Okay, Trolley Problem. Trolley Problem. How good is Trolley Problem? Trolley Problem is the nuts, right? How does this compare to Trolley Problem? The combo makes it a little bit harder to activate. You can still prep a spell, play it, you can still coin it out. But Trolley Problem is probably like a free, maybe Trolley Problem is probably a 4-star card. It's really, really good. This I think is not quite as good as Trolley Problem, but it's close. I'd probably give this 3-star. It's a pirate. Yes, it's a pirate as well. That's well done. You've read the minion type of the card. Good job. I'm giving this a 3-star. I think this is a good card. Because I'm comparing it to Trolley Problem, which is also a good card. Doesn't value trade into anything. The trolley, value trades into less stuff in the trolley. Yeah, I'll give you that. Alright, next card. Dig for treasure. 1 mana. Draw a minion. If it's a pirate, get a coin. Oh, you know what they want you to do? They want you to play this on... Look at this. I love... Okay, I don't actually love this. But... I love when there is forced design like this. They want you to play Dig for Treasure on turn 1. They want you to draw your Bargain Bin Buccaneer, and they want you to coin it out on 2. It's, oh, the synergy is so forced. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's quite good. If you curve out like that, it's pretty good. If we're running only pirates in the deck also, this is a really strong card. Drawing a card and getting a coin. Like, this card might carry the pirate rogue archetype. I'm going to give that a 3-star. Chat is giving it a 4 or 5-star. Like, don't get too excited, chat. It's good, but are we really playing pirate rogue? Maybe we are. Alright, 3-star. Let's move on. Toy Boat. 2 mana, 2/3. After you summon a PP pirate, draw a card. Well, I can summon, but it's not a pirate. It's not a pirate. It's a boat. So it doesn't, like, if I draw it with this, I don't get a coin. Oh, I don't know about that, man. I think it's too slow. But then there are some cards that are going to synergize with this, right? Like, I can already see one. This one, after your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 pirate that attacks a random enemy. Like, that has some synergy with this. I'll give it a 2-star for now, but I'm skeptical. I'll give it a 2-star. Chat's also giving it 2. Alright. Next card. Sandbox Scoundrel. 5 mana, 4/3 PP Pirate. Miniaturize. Battle Cry. Your next card this turn costs 3 less. Oh my goodness. So, this is like, this is just free tempo, right? Well, it costs 5 mana, but... Oh, you know what this is? Oh, I know what this is. This is Scabs. It's Scabs. Do you remember that 4 mana 3/3 card that had a combo? Your next 2 cards cost 3 less. It's Scabs. Now, Scabs was a 4 mana card, and everyone looked at Scabs and they thought, my goodness, this is turbo broken busted. This is a 5-star card. And then, you know what happened? Also, I've forgotten to reset the poll. I'm gonna reuse the poll. Vote on this card now, chat, because the votes weren't working before. Yeah, Scabs Cutterbar. Now I think Scabs ended up being like a 2 or a 3-star card. It wasn't actually that good. It did break wild for like 1 week though. Actually, I think it was longer than a week, because cards that break wild generally break it for like a few months. Anyway, this is worse. I think this is worse than Scabs, because the combined mana cost is 6 rather than 4, but the mini is very good. Like, you could hold the mini back and maybe use it to precipitate a powerful combo wombo term. Isn't it really good with Azurite gems? Yeah, I mean, if you discover this for 0 mana, then you're very happy, yes. I think I'd give this a 2-star. Chat's giving it a 3 or a 4-star. Yeah, I don't think it's that good. Let's not get baited, chat. It's Scabs Cutterbutter, but it's worse. So we give it a 2-star. And we move on to the next card, which is the Water Cannon. 4 mana 3/3. After your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 pirate that attacks a random enemy. It's a 4 mana. It's a 3/3 weapon. Okay, so this is like, you know when Warrior equips their stupid armor weapon? You know, that's a 4 mana 3/3 that when they attack gives them armor. This is like that, but instead of getting 3 armor, you get a 1/1 pirate that attacks a random enemy. It could go face. It could go face, and then you've pushed 4. And the pirate has some synergies with the toy boat. It draws a card. It's okay. I don't think that rogue players are going to like this very much. It's not very, like, combo-y, is it? I think I'd give this card probably a 3-star. Chat's giving it a 2-star. I think I'd give it a 3-star. It's not bad, but it's not tickling my cherry. You know? What about this next card, though? This one might do it. A legendary card. 6 mana 5/5 PP pirate. Shoplifter Goldbeard. Shoplifter Goldbeard. After you summon a pirate, summon a copy of it that attacks a random enemy, then dies. So it's just shit, right? It's just complete garbage. Am I missing something? No, it's just a 1-star card. This with the mini. What, this? What, so I summon, like, I play the mini and I summon a 1/1? No, I don't care about summoning a 1/1. No, this is a 1-star card. This is terrible. Alright, next one. Thistle Tea Set. 2 mana spell. Discover a spell from another class. Get a copy of it. Well, it's Burgle Rogue synergy. Okay, you know what we need to do? We need to compare this to another card which is already seeing play. The Kajamite Creation. So that is a 2 mana 3/2 but discovers a spell that costs 3 or less from another class. You don't get a copy of it, but I think a spell that costs 3 or less is better than a spell. And I think I'd rather have a 3/2 on the board than getting a copy of the spell. So I think this is worse than Kajamite Creation in the archetype for which it's intended, which is Burgle Rogue. I think this is probably a 1-star card. It might be a 2-star card. You don't usually want 2 copies of what you get from Kajamite? Yeah, and this will be worse too. Yeah, I'd give this a 1. At Meati HS, is this getting 2 cards or just 1? This is getting 2 cards. Yeah, you discover a spell from another class and get a copy, so you get 2 cards from this. But it's worse. I think it's 1-star. I don't think it will see play. Isn't this a Discovery Jackpot? No, it's not, because it's not. Jackpot, the reason why Jackpot was good was because of Trickster, and because the spells got duplicated with, like, Tess and things like that. That was why Jackpot was good. When the Contraband stash rotated out, Jackpot didn't see play anymore. But the Thistle Tea Set is worse than Jackpot. It's a 1-star. Everything Must Go. 8 mana. Summon 2 random 4-cost minions. Cost 1 less for each card you've drawn this turn. Okay, so what they want you to do is play 777s. They want you to play 777s, and then this costs 0. So you play 777s, which we can't play with Trickster anymore because the Trickster has gone. But you know the 4 mana 2/2, that's like the only reason that 777s is playable, that's gone. So this, let's say it costs 0, summon 2 random 4-cost minions. I mean, it's quite good tempo if it costs 0, but I can't play 777s because the Trickster's gone. So, I don't know. I'll give this a 2-star. Chat's giving it a 1-star. I'm giving it a 2-star just on the off chance that a 777 deck becomes good again. But I think it's probably 1-star. Let's agree it's probably 1-star. Rogue also losing Cox. Not a good day to be a Rogue main. Not a good year to be a Rogue main. Alright, the Crystal Cove. Oh, man. I thought it was going to be the Crystal Core, but it's the Crystal Cove. It's a 3-mana location with 3 charges. The next minion you summon this turn has its stats set to 4/4. So it's kind of like the Crystal Core, except it's much, much worse. The Crystal Core was the Quest Rogue card that meant that all of your minions had their stats changed to 4/4 for the rest of the game. Now, this has good synergy with 1/1s, right? So, for example, what I want you to do is I want you to play the Crystal Cove on 3, and then they want you to click it on the start of turn 4, and they want you to equip your Water Cannon, and your Water Cannon goes face, and then you summon a 1/1 pirate, which gets changed to a 4/4 pirate, which attacks a random enemy. It could go face. Now, this is very good. And it's very good with Water Cannon as well. Can you imagine if you have an empty board and your opponent plays this on 3 and then Water Cannon on 4 and they've just pushed 7 damage and they've got a weapon and they've got a 4/4 which might push even more damage? It's good, right? This has some good synergy with some of the other stuff. It's a pretty good card if you change a 1/1 into a 4/4. And there's a lot of miniaturizers in the game, so there are a lot of 1/1s. I think this I would probably give a 3-star. And chat's giving it a 1-star. Come on, chat. I know we've given a lot of 1-stars to Rogue. I don't think this is the card. I think this is a 3-star. But let's move on. Now, this card, is this going to be an exciting card? Sonya Water Dancer. 4 mana 3/3. After you play a 1-cost card, get a copy of it that costs 0. So this wants to be played with miniaturizers, right? So you have some minis in the hand. Like, this would have very good synergy with the mini from the that we saw earlier, the one that makes your next card cost 3 less. You play Sonya Water Dancer, you play that mini. A card costs 3 less. You play the 0 mana copy, then another card costs 3 less. That's a lot of mana cheating. And it could have good synergy with other minis as well. But it's expensive. It costs 4 mana. I think this is more the kind of card that Rogue mains are going to enjoy. But I just take one look at this card and it confuses me. Like, you know what we were saying about the Hunter cards being very straightforward? This is the opposite of the Hunter cards. Like, the Priest cards were just right. The Hunter cards were room temperature IQ. This is too complicated. I don't like it. I can't get my head around it, so I'm going to give it a 3-star and call it a day. Someone might break it. Wishing Well? Oh, Wishing Well. Yeah, this does work pretty well with Wishing Well, you're right. But I have to hold my legendaries back another turn, right? Normally with Wishing Well, the reason why it's good is because I want to vomit my legendaries out on the board immediately. If I hold them back, I can get a copy. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm still going to give it a 3-star. Someone else can figure this card out. Not Meatman. Alright, so Rogue overall, I think Rogue got a pretty shitty set. I don't think Rogue fans are going to be happy with that. But I'm happy with that. Because, I don't like Rogue that much. So I think this is nice. Anyway, Demon Hunter. We have to move on quickly because we're doing a turbo set review. I think we're dawdling a bit. Alright, let me go get a drink. Cigarette. 4 mana, 4/3. This is Demon Hunter, by the way. Death Rattle, get 3 random first edition Demon Hunter cards. So this is like day 1 Demon Hunter. It's a Death Rattle, not a Battle Cry. And they're gonna be like pretty good cards. I don't know, man. Like, is this good or is it bad? It's value. Value is normally bad. I'm giving this a 1 star. Chat's also with me. I think it's unplayable. I think it's very low tempo, very high value. It's a 1 star card. Mega slow. That's it. Next one. Hopefully a whole set of one star cards for Demon Hunter. Fucking hate Demon Hunter. Workshop Mishap. 4 mana Fell Spell. Deal 5 damage to a minion. Excess damage is both neighbors. Outcast gain lifesteal. Okay. So what they want you to do is let's say that there's some 2/2s next to each other. There's a 2/2 and a 2/2 and a 2/2. And this is Outcast. And you hit it on the middle one. And it clears them and it heals you for 7. It's garbage, right? It's complete. It's terrible. It's a 1 star. It has to be Outcast to even get lifesteal. Heals for 8. But it costs 4 mana. And it's so situational. Like, not only does it have to be on the left or the right of your hand to get the lifesteal, like, your opponent also has to have, like, I guess if they just have 1 minion, you can have it Outcast and it will deal 5. But there was a 3 mana card that dealt 5 to a minion with Outcast and lifesteal, and that was barely played. This is a turbo one. It should be 3 mana. It's a 1 star card. Let's move on. Lesser Opal Spellstone, 2 mana. Draw 1 card. Attack with your hero 2 times to upgrade. So this gets upgraded while it's in the hand, and it goes to 2 cards and then to 3 cards. So the draw 1 card version is obviously terrible. We can probably upgrade it and play it on the following turn most of the time. Obviously, we have to invest a bit more mana to attack, unless we started with it in the hand or we had a weapon equipped when we drew it. The 2 mana one is playable. I would say, Spectral Sight sees play. You'd probably put draw 2 mana, draw 2 cards in the deck. Demon Hunter does have a lot of ways to draw cards. And the draw 3 cards one is pretty good. You'd be very happy to play that card. The question is this better than existing Demon Hunter card draw? I would say I think it could see play in, for example, Spell Demon Hunter. Going down swinging fully upgrades it. That's a really nice synergy you've spotted there, yes. I think I would probably give this card a 2 star rating, purely because Demon Hunter has so much card draw already. and it's a little bit slow. It takes a bit too long to get going, so it's a bad top deck. And it also requires you to invest mana, resources, attacking. Sometimes it's good, but overall I think it's a 2-star. Chat thinks 1-star. Alright, we got a big sausage now. Any big sausages in chat? Probably not as big as this boy. 8 mana, 12/12, Mech Demon, Magferodon unreleased. You can't give it a rating of 12. Dormant for 2 turns. While dormant, deal 3 damage to all enemies at the end of your turn. So, how much would we play? How much would we pay to deal 3 damage to all enemies? So, there is a Shaman card in the game that does that. Crash of Thunder. That starts at 5 and it discounts gradually. Collapse is a 3 mana treasure that does that effect. I think if you get Collapse and you play it for 3 mana, you're pretty happy, right? So let's say that this is a 3 mana effect. You spend 8 mana to get a 3 mana effect. Next turn, it does it again. And then it wakes up. And you get a 12/12. It's a very slow card. It's a Mech Demon. It is a Mech Demon. I think it's too slow. It's an amazing target for the big Demon Hunter archetype. It is. I'm gonna give it a 3-star, I think. I think it's very, very slow. If you can cheat it out, which you probably will be able to cheat it out, then it's going to be big and annoying and pretty strong. So let's give it a 3-star. But you don't want to spend 8 mana on that card. Spirit of the Team. 2 mana, 0/3 undead, stealth for 1 turn. Your hero has +2 attack on your turn. That's quite good, I think. Why are we giving it 1? So, I play this on turn 2, and I have 2 attack, right? So, like, let's say that you've played a Miracle Salesman on turn 1, and then I play this. Your Miracle Salesman is dead, and this is still there. It has stealth, so you can't interact with it. Next turn, you play another minion. Maybe you play a 2-drop that has 3 health, and all I have to do to clear it is hero power because I have 2 attack. I think this is good. And then it unstealths, and you've still got to deal with it. And every turn you don't deal with it, I've got +2 attack. I think it's good. And it has Synergy of a Draw card as well. I'd give this, I think I'd give it a 3-star, maybe a 2-star. Probably a 2-star, just because I don't really know what deck it fits in. Umpire's Grasp. 3 mana, 3/2, weapon. Death Rattle, draw a demon and reduce its cost by 2. So it cycles itself, it does 6 damage, and it cheats 2 mana. This card is doing a lot of stuff. So the overall effect of this card is to draw a card and deal 6 damage for 1 mana. Not bad. And we can tutor out a specific demon. So this this massive fatty, your mom over here, is not going to cost 8. She's going to cost 6. If we tutor it out with this. That's not bad. I think that's a pretty good weapon. I'd give that a 3 or a 4 star. Probably a 3 star. Window Shopper. 5 mana, 6/5. Demon. Miniaturize. Battle Cry. Discover a demon. Set its stats and cost to this minions. So that's pretty cool. Imagine that you play the mini and you get offered your mum. Imagine you play the mini and you see your mum right before your eyes and you get a 1 mana, 1/1 copy of your mum. That's pretty good, right? But I don't know if this is really that good if it doesn't offer your mum. I don't know. I think this by itself is probably a 1 or a 2. Yeah, I think I give it a 1. Because I don't want to put it in my deck. There's too many demons. Red card. Make a minion go dormant for 2 turns. 1 mana spell. So, I saw something on Twitter that caused me to experience physical pain. Somebody on Twitter suggested that you could, on turn 5, play a sharpshooter, and play red card on your own sharpshooter to make it go dormant. And then when it wakes up on turn 7, you can play the second sharpshooter and you can do a mega giga combo. You do have to pass turn 5 to make it happen. And I don't think that would be very good. I think it would be a bit shit. But it just goes to show there's a lot of things you can do with this. You can also play this on, let's say that your mum wakes up, you can make her go back to sleep again. Yeah, you can make your mum go back to sleep again, and then she's shitting all over the board and the enemy for 2 more turns, right? So it has some interesting applications. And the most intuitive way to use it is you just use it on an enemy minion, and then it comes back in 2 turns. I think overall, I'd probably give this a 2-star rating. I think that the best application is probably to use it on your mum. Alright, next one. Blind Box. 2 mana spell. Get 2 random demons. Outcast. Discover them instead. Yeah, that's a 1, right? That's a 1. Don't think we need to discuss that any further. Ball Hog. A 4 mana 3/3 Quillbore. Lifesteal. Battle Cry and Death Rattle deal 3 damage to the lowest health enemy. So I play this card on turn 4. I heal for at least 6. If my opponent has to trade into it, then I'm healing for 9. Sometimes I'm normally killing a shitter on the board. Sometimes I'm dealing 3 damage to my opponent if they don't have a shitter. I think that when I'm looking at this card, I'm kind of reminded of the priest one that just got bought out. It's a 4-mana 4/4 lifesteal. Battle cry, deal 5 damage if it's quick draw, but you can forge it as well. Like and that card ended up being surprisingly strong. I think this is quite a strong card, but I don't know what deck it fits in. So I'd probably give it a 2-star. Wow, look at the difference in opinion on this card. Thessarian, it's a little bit like Thessarian, yeah. Thessarian with lifesteal and slightly less stats on the board. It's not a bad card, right? I think it's a 2 or a 3-star. I think overall probably a 2-star. Oh, was that all the Demon Hunter cards? Hang on a minute. It was all the Demon Hunter cards. So overall, I think Demon Hunter got a pretty shitty set. So that's Rogue and Demon Hunter with a shitty set. Wonderful. I'm so happy. I'm delighted. I hate Demon Hunter. The only thing that I think has potential is your mum. I think if we just keep making your mum dormant and we cheat her out, maybe we cheat her out with Umpire's Grasp. Like that I could see being annoying. You equip Umpire's Grasp on 3. This is the only demon that you run. You drop it on 6, and then when it wakes up, you put it back to sleep again, and it's just impossible to stick a board. So that's kind of annoying, but anyway, let's move on to Warlock. Wretched Queen. 8 mana 4/4 Taunt. Demon. Death Rattle. Summon 2 4/6 Knights with Taunt. So it's like it's trying to be Void Lord, right? The 9 mana 3/9 that summon Void Walkers. The amount of stats is comparable to a Void Lord. The Void Lord in total had 18 health. This has got 16 health. It's not bad. But yeah, I think it's only good if you cheat it out, right? Is there a way to cheat it out? There must be. There must be a way to cheat this out. So I'll give it a 2-star just because I'm assuming there's a way to cheat it out. 2-star. Table Flip. 10 mana. Shadow Spell. Deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. Costs 1 less for each other card in your hand. Oh, so it's like Prismatic Beam, right? You know the Paladin card? So this is the same as the Paladin card, except instead of being cheaper when your opponent has more minions, it's cheaper when you have a big hand. So I think this is probably worse than the Paladin card. Like, if I have a full hand, it costs 1, and that's great. But the reason why the Paladin card was good was... I mean, it was good when it went face, right? But it was good because it was cheap when you needed it to be cheap, when your opponent had a lot of minions. I think this is worse than the Paladin card that does the same thing, and that's probably like a 2-star card right now. I guess I'd give this a 2-star card as well. Chat gives it a 3-star. Just need audio amplifier, so it costs 0. Yeah, it's a lot of setup. Like, having a full hand is generally... I guess it's not too hard to achieve with Warlock, but... I think I would give this a 2-star. You're literally the only one that gave it a 2. Well, I gave it a 2 as well, so congratulations. Sketch Artist. 3 mana 3/3, Battle Cry, draw a shadow spell, get a temporary copy of it. So what's the most broken thing that we can draw and get a copy of? Is there something that we can draw a copy of that, like, discards itself? And then, like, you know, there are certain cards that, like, when they get deleted, they activate effects. Symphony. Symphony's not a shadow spell, is it? Encroaching Madness. I don't know. I'm not particularly sold on this card. I think I'll give this a 2 as well. It's just not, it's not very much tempo. Man, I don't know what to make of these Warlock cards. I keep giving them 2-star. Curse Campaign. 3 mana shadow spell. Give a friendly minion Death Rattle, summon 2 copies of this minion that are dormant for 2 turns. So it's a bit like Carnivorous Cube, but dormant for 2 turns is very slow. Very, very, very slow. I think it's a 1. So slow I fell asleep. Yeah, I think that's a 1-star. We're done. Next card. Tabletop Role Player. 4 mana 4/3. Miniaturize. Battle Cry. Give a friendly demon +2 attack and immune this turn. So I have to have a demon in play. And the payoff isn't that good. Like, best case scenario, I'm pushing 2 face damage, or I'm taking like a giga value trade. It's very expensive though. I think that's a 1 as well for me. Dark Iron Dwarf. It is, right? It's just Dark Iron Dwarf. Oh my goodness. It's Dark Iron Dwarf. It has to target a demon. Admittedly, the immune is maybe good and the miniaturize is kind of good, but yeah, this is not a good card. This is a 1-star. Dark Iron Dwarf. Malefic Rook. 3 mana 5/6. Battle Cry, attack your hero. So that's a unit. It's a 3 mana 5/6. You're gonna be painfully aware of your opponent playing this on turn 3 or coining it out on turn 2. We can probably make our hero immune as well. There's a Void Virtuoso, which we can play on 1. Coin this out. We don't take any damage. I think that's got to have some implications, right? It's probably a 2 or 3. Can't wait to discover 2 of these at 10 health. Yeah, I'd probably give that one a 3. I think there's probably some good synergies with this. And the stat line is solid. Let's give it a 3-star. Game Master Nemzi. 5 mana 3/6. Battle Cry, draw a demon. Death Rattle, swap places with it. So they want you to put this in a deck with one big demon. Or some big demons. Like, this is very good if you draw the, like, let's say that your one demon is Wretched Queen. That's a lot of stats. That's a lot of stats. However, this is a 5 mana 3/6 that doesn't have taunt. So you've got to play this on turn 5, and then you've got to kill it. It has 6 health. It might be... It kind of reminds me a little bit of, you know, the card that's rotating out, the 5 mana 5/3, the thing that discards an undead, and then Death Rattle summons a copy of it. It's a bit like that, right? And that card was very good. That card was like 4-star. I think this could be a 4 or 5-star. I think if your opponent plays this on 5 and they hit the right demon, you're going to be very frustrated and angry. Negative synergy. Yeah, you don't put this in a deck with Sargeras. I think I'm going to give this... For me, I think it's between a 3 or a 4-star, purely because the health is actually too high. I think it's difficult to kill it off, but I'm going to give it a 4-star. I think a 4-star. Cards like this tend to be very good. Right, endgame. 2 mana, Shadow Spell, resurrect your last demon that died. So, if you play your Game Master Nemzi, your Wretched Queen's out on the board, and that was the last one that died. Could be very, very good. Like, this is quickly, you know, but it's a win more card, right? It's really, really bad in the early game. And in the late game, you probably don't make it to the late game because you're playing a shit deck. So it's either a 1 or a 2 for me. Like, I think just because it's a win more card, it's probably a 1. Chat's giving it a 3 or a 4-star? What the hell? Hello? Resummon the 5/6? Yeah. Maybe it is good. But like, it gets better later in the game, but in the early game it's terrible. Alright, I'll give it a 2, chat. I'll give it a 2. Sargeras, yes, but that's turn 9. If you play Sargeras, you probably won the game anyway. You don't need another one. Alright, Crane game. I don't know Crane won Worlds. 9 mana. Summon copies of 2 demons in your deck. Oh my goodness. Can we make this cheaper than 9 mana? Is there any way to make this cheap? Like, we can summon a Sargeras, we can summon for Wretched Queens. But it costs 9 mana. I mean, can you imagine playing this for 9 mana and then you summon 2 Wretched Queens? Like, if you ever do that, your opponent is never connecting face with a board again. I don't know, though. It's 9 mana. Am I going to give a 2-star rating to another Warlock card? I just don't believe this archetype. I think I'm going to give it a 2-star rating again. Shudder Block. 6 mana 5/5. Miniaturize. Battle Cry. Your next Battle Cry triggers 3 times. 3 times? But can't damage the enemy hero. Wait, this is a Shaman card. What am I... Don't rate this. We're going to finish the poll. This is a Shaman card. There's still a Warlock card left. New poll. Wheel of Death. Wheel of Death. 8 mana. Shadow. Destroy your deck in 5 turns. Destroy the enemy hero. 1 star. One star. Okay. So, Warlock got a bad set. I don't... the worst part about this Warlock set is if it on the off chance that it is good, and there are some cards here which could become good later on. Like, for example, you know, Game Master Nemzi, if they print like a ridiculously broken 10-cost demon in the future, this could be good just standalone with that. The Crane game, if at some point in the future there's a way to make this cost less than 9, then Crane game could be very good. The worst part is that if these cards do become good, it's one of my least favorite types of deck in Hearthstone. So I hope this never becomes good, but it might. Anyway, Shaman. Have a look at this card, rate it 5 star, because it's called Shudder Block, and I'll get more drink. Oh. 6 mana 5/5. Miniaturize. Battle Cry. Your next Battle Cry triggers 3 times but can't damage the enemy hero. So what do we want? What do we want to Battle Cry 3 times? Tell me. Tell me, chat. I'm playing a 6 mana 5/5, so it better be good. The mini? Oh, the mini as well. Oh, so, oh my goodness, you get this twice. Anyway, everyone in chat's giving it 5, so I guess I'll give it a 5 as well. Give it a 5 and think later, hey? Astalor's gone. Catastrophe. Oh yeah, Scar. Yeah, you can put it in an elemental deck and you can triple the battle cry on Scar and your opponent just dies. Okay, that's kind of good. So you play an elemental every turn. You play Shudder Block on 6 with like a cheap elemental, and then you play the mini with the Scar. Also, it doesn't have to be this turn, right? It can be your next battle cry on another turn. Oh, Scar doesn't damage the enemy hero. Bro, is this really a 5-star card? Excuse me? What would I get? What would I give this card? I'd probably give it like a 3-star. It's not 5, chat. I'm disappointed in you. Hagatha the Fabled. 5 mana 4/4. Battle Cry. Draw 2 spells that cost 5 or more. Transform them into slimes that cast for spells. And the slimes are... Oh my goodness. Okay, that's good. That is very fucking good. You play this on turn 5. You draw 2, I don't know, 10 cost spells. And then they're 1 cost. That is a 5-star card. They cost 5? They don't. Look, it says here they cost 1. What do you mean they're not 1 cost? The cost is equal to the spell? What? Well, this is terrible then. The stats are proportional. Oh. Oh, I see. So if it's a 10 cost spell, you get a 10/10 slime? Okay. Well, that's a lot worse than I thought it was. But it's still not bad. I mean... we're playing a 5 mana 4/4 that's drawing 2 cards, and it's making them better. It's probably a 3-star card. I think it's probably a 3, now that I understand how it works. You can shudder the slime. You could shudder the slime, and then it won't go face. And then you're sad because you've played all of these very expensive cards and no face damage has been done. Right. Shining Sentinel. 7 mana 3/7 elemental. Taunt, elusive. Battle Cry. Summon a copy of this. So I'm getting... For 7 mana, I'm getting 6/14 of taunt stats that can't be targeted. Now, we know what it's like to have a 3/7 taunt that can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, because we have this in the game at the moment. It's the Excavate reward, right? You play it for 3 mana, and it's a 3/7 with taunt, and it has reborn, and it can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. And it's annoying. It's very annoying when it's played for 3 mana. Would I play it for 7 mana? I'm not sure that I would play it for 7 mana. I think that for 7 mana, it might be shit. Shudder. Also, I can play Shudder Walk on 6, and then I can make 4 3/7s. Wow, that's powerful. That is powerful. Alright, well, I won't give it a 1-star then. I think I'll give it a 2-star. Let's give it a 2-star instead. Once Upon a Time. It's a 6 mana nature spell. Summon a random 3-cost beast, dragon, elemental, and Moo Murloc. So... this is like... It's a bit like, you know, Pack the House, the 7 mana spell that summons a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. So this is a bit like that, but it's worse because you don't get the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6. You get 4 3s. You don't get overloaded, and you have to spend 1 less mana. Now, Pack the House is probably a 2-star card. I think it has seen some play. Is this better or worse overall than Pack the House? I like the card art, by the way. Is this the girl from Lazy Town? It is, right? It's the girl from Lazy Town reading the story. Did anyone watch that show? Was it Stephanie? Stephanie is new in Lazy Town. I think it is, right? People in chat probably have no clue what I'm on about. It was awful. It was a pretty bad show. Anyway, the card is not very good. I think I'd give the card a 2 or a 1. Chat gives it a 1. You can put this this is actually a very good target for the Hagatha, by the way. You play Hagatha on 5 and you get this, and it's an absolute shit ton of stats. It's like a 6/6 with all of the free frees. That's a lot of stats. I think I would give this a 2-star. I think it's a 2-star. Meaty, wait, the triple battle cry can't damage the enemy hero, but if a battle cry is cast as a spell, does the spell not deal face damage or the interaction makes it? No. So the spell, the shudder block, even if it's a battle cry to cast a spell, it won't go face. Anyway, I give that on a 2. Wish Upon a Star. 7 mana arcane spell. Give +2/+3 to all minions in your hand, deck, and battlefield. It's a 1-star, right? Like, so there was a card which did something similar to this. Do you remember the 10 mana card? There was a 10 mana Druid card that did this, except instead of +2/+3, it was +4/+4. Now that card saw play because it was a Druid card, and I think there was something you could do to make it cost 0, right? What was it that made that card playable in Druid? Someone help me. There was some. I remember you. Oh, Kel'Thas. No, it wasn't. Oh, was it the Kel'Thas that made the spell cost 0? Or ramp? 7 mana, 9/10 with a Hagatha. Yeah, so this does work well with a Hagatha. I will agree with that. Alignment. Yes, it was Celestial Alignment. It was alignment that made it cost 1 mana. Yeah, okay. So, without Celestial Alignment, you don't want this card, right? Like, do you remember as well when we were playing Deck of Lunacy Mage and there were only 2 10-cost spells in the game, and one of them was Nagran Slam and one of them was Survival of the Fittest? Do you remember how sad you were when you got 7 mana Survival of the Fittest instead of Nagran Slam? That was a 7 mana spell just like this, but it had +4/+4 instead of +2/+3, and you were sad to get it. This is definitely a 1, right? This is a 1 for sure. A 7 mana 13/14 with Hagatha and the shitter. I don't think that this is a card which is good. I think it's a 1. Alright. Fairy Tale Forest. It's a 3 mana location with 2 charges. Draw a battle cry minion. It costs 1 less. So, overall, this card is drawing 2 cards and it's costing 1 mana. That's quite good. This is a good card. And also, we can get our Hagatha and our Shudder Block out cheaper. We can tutor them. Maybe we only run a small number of Battle Cry minions in our deck. I think this is good. I think this is probably a 3-star card. Chat thinks it's a 3 or 4-star card. This is good. Meati's clueless. Shut the fuck up. I've got a few more clues than you, mate. Alright, next one. Baking Soda Volcano. 4 mana fire spell. Lifesteal. Deal 10 damage randomly split among all minions. Overload 1. That looks really good. That looks really fucking good. So for 4 mana, if I'm playing a slow deck, and my opponent is playing an aggro deck, and they've made a big board, and they're shitting all over my face, all of a sudden the board is gone, no matter if it's 1-10-10, or it's like several shitters, and my life is back again. That's like a 5-star card, right? That looks really fucking good. Chat is with me on this one. It's like a 4 or 5-star. That is a very, very good card. Sandar Elemental. 4 mana, 4/4. Elemental. Miniaturize. Battle Cry. Give your hero +1 attack. Oh no. And Wind Fury this turn. Fuck me in the ass, man. Why are they giving heroes Wind Fury again? I don't want heroes to have Wind Fury. Nobody wants heroes to have Wind Fury. It's a chicken shit mechanic. But the card is probably going to be good. So, is there a way to make Shaman's attack very high? I mean, we have some attack buffs, right, as Shaman. Oh, an Ignis weapon as well? Yeah, that's pretty nasty. So basically, this is quite a good card, isn't it? It's probably a 3-star. I don't think it's a 4-star because you need to do quite a lot of setup and run other cards to make this work. But I think it's probably a 3-star. Oh, the Shudder Block and this Battle Cry can happen 3 times. You don't get Mega Wind Fury though, and it's not a 4. I think it's a 3, mate. Oh, Holiday. Yeah, it's got synergy with Holiday. You're right, chat. This is actually very good with Doc Holiday. Okay, well then it's definitely a 3 or 4, isn't it? I think I'm going to give this a 3. I think it's a solid 3. Play for tempo and hold the mini? You can. Pop-up book. 1 mana nature spell. Deal 2 damage and summon 2/0/1 frogs with taunt. That's doing a lot of stuff for 1 mana. I mean, the frogs are like... The frogs are a bit whatever, but it is a lot of stuff for 1 mana, right? Do I think that this will be put into a deck? Yeah, I think it could. I mean, you can probably transform the taunts as well, right? Frogs are yeah. I mean, like sometimes the frogs are really annoying. You can also transform it with the the 4/5. You can take the 4/5 double frog and transform one of those. I think it's a good card. I don't think it's nuts, but I think it could be a 3-star card. Yeah. Could see it. I don't think it's 4 or 5, chat. It's not that good. Alright, no, this is a Paladin card. It keeps skipping the last one, damn it. Incredible value. Start poll. 3 mana. Shadow spell. Discover a 4-cost minion. Set its attack and health to 7. No, that's terrible, right? 7 mana, 7/7. 1 star. It's garbage. Alright. So Shaman got kind of an interesting set. I think that this set is quite a nice buff to Highlander Shaman. There are some cards here that I think Highlander Shaman is going to be very happy to see. I think Highlander Shaman might run these cards here. I think Highlander Shaman would definitely run these 2 cards. The Baking Soda Volcano and the Sand Art Elemental. He will probably run Pop-Up Book as well. I don't know if Shudder Block and Hagatha are good enough to make new archetypes by themselves. But overall, not bad. Alright, PP Paladino. Wish Upon a Star is the best Shaman card ever printed? No, it's not. Wind Up Enforcer. 6 mana, 3/5. Man, I really need a drink. My voice is breaking. I should probably shout a bit less as well. Maybe I should tone my volume down a bit. Wind Up Enforcer. 6 mana, 3/5. Tradable. Battle Cry. Summon 1 copy of this minion. Trade to upgrade. So we keep trading it, and it upgrades forever. And then we make a wall of 3/5s. Not bad. If I just play it on 6, having not traded it at all, is it good? 6 mana, 6/10 of stats. Not really. It's probably like a 2-star card. It's good if you like hand buff it. Chat thinks 1 star. Oh, it doesn't have Taunt? Okay. It's a 1 star. Sorry, I thought it had Taunt. I don't know why I thought it had Taunt. Pipsy Paint Hoof. Look at the art. Look at the art on that card, man. I think that might be the best card art I've ever seen. That is magnificent. Pipsy Paint Hoof. 7 mana, 4/4. Death Rattle. Summon a random Divine Shield, Rush, and Taunt minion from your deck. Oh, wow. By the way, chat, this card is insanely strong. If there are people rating this card 1 or 2 star, you have not lived through the days of Possessed Lackey. Does anyone in chat remember Possessed Lackey? Because I remember Possessed Lackey. And if you remember Possessed Lackey, you would probably give this card a higher rating than 1 star. It doesn't have Taunt, neither did Possessed Lackey. The other one that this reminds me of, do you remember Katarina Whisperwind? There was a Hunter one, right? An 8 mana 6/6. Battle Cry, Summon a Beast, Death Rattle, Summon a Beast. It's in the ballpark of those cards. Now, both of those cards, I think were like 4 star. I think this could easily be a 4 star or a 5 star card. Remember, chat, Paladin has a location that gives minions rush. You can play this, give it rush with a location, and you have got a board full of whatever massive Divine Shield, Rush, and Taunt shit you put in your deck, right? I think this is a 4 star card. I think it's very good. I've seen cards like this before, and they always surprise me and irritate me. Alright, next one. Painter's Virtue. 7 mana, perfect to run into Reno. You're not wrong, David Nain. David Nain's never wrong. Painter's Virtue, 4 mana, 2/3 weapon, lifesteal. After your hero attacks, give minions in your hand +1/+1. Well, that is fucking broken. That is a really, really, really good weapon. It's doing 6 damage. It's healing me for 6. Okay, so just forget about the hand buff part, right? Forget about the hand buff part. This is kind of comparable to the warrior gain armor weapon, right? It's not quite as good because it has 2 attack rather than 3, but it's doing the hand buff as well. I think that's probably like 4-star. 3 or 4-star. Aldrachi Warblades. Yeah, this is like... So Aldrachi Warblades was 3 mana, and it had to get nerfed from a 2/3 to a 2/2. And this is doing the hand buff. Now, admittedly, Demon Hunter has a lot more ways to increase your hero's attack than Paladin does. But this is still very good. I think overall I'd give it a 4-star. Very strong card. The 3/5 trader was 5/7 with this weapon. No, it's 6. It's 6/8. This is doing 3 rounds of hand buffing, mate. 3 rounds. Hand buffs is bad. Yes, but is it bad on this weapon? Because this weapon is good by itself, and it's also doing hand buff. Okay. Right. Next one. Flash Sale. 4 mana. Summon a 1/2 mech with Divine Shield. And Taunt. Give your minions +1/+2. I like the card. It's thematically appropriate. The art is pretty funny. Buffing all of my minions in Paladin is scary. It's like... This buff is similar to Crusader Aura, but it lasts 1 turn rather than 3 turns, and I get a mech with Divine Shield. Overall, I mean, I think this card is much worse than Crusader Aura. It's not a holy spell. I don't think I would run this over Crusader Aura. I don't think I'd run it with Crusader Aura. So I think it's... Wait, I guess it summons a 2/4 with Divine Shield, right? It buffs the mech as well. I still don't think it's as good as Crusader Aura. And I think because it's not as good as Crusader Aura, I think it's a 1. Maybe a 2. I mean, maybe you do run it with Crusader Aura in aggro. You just run like a shit ton of 1s and 2s, and then you play them and you buff them. I think I'll give it a 2. It's not as good as Crusader Aura. Next card. Trinket Artist. 3 mana, 2/3. Battle Cry. Draw a Divine Shield minion and an aura. That's not bad. So now we can tutor out an aura. Either Crusader Aura in an aggro deck, which probably doesn't want to run this card, or in a control deck, you can tutor out Deputization Aura, which is one of the most broken cards in the game. You could run it in Highlander Paladin, tutor out Deputization Aura, and you just get a Divine Shield minion as well. I think it's a pretty good card. I don't think I'd give it 4 stars. I think I'd give it 3 stars. It's not like... Yeah, I think it's a 3-star card. Maybe it is 4-star. Maybe it is 4-star. Nah, I'll stick with 3, I think. Low tempo. Crafter's Aura. 7 mana holy spell. At the end of your turn, summon a random 6-cost minion. Lasts 3 turns. It's a 1, right? I just can't imagine putting this in my deck. Cardboard Golem. 4 mana 4/4. Battle Cry. Increase the duration of auras in your hand, deck, and battlefield by 1. Wow. It's shit though, right? Like, the auras already last long enough. I don't really need them to last longer. I guess I can have multiple auras up at once. Like, I just don't think I'd ever play this card. Wow, chat is giving it a 5-star. Are you dumb? Of course you're dumb. 1 star. It's a 1-star chat, okay? Fancy packaging. 1 mana, give a minion with Divine Shield +2/+3. It seems a bit situational. Like, I don't... +2/+3 is a lot, but what if I don't have a minion with Divine Shield? What if I play my minion with Divine Shield and I buff it on the same turn? Guess I could do that. I don't know, man. I think... I guess you can give a minion Divine Shield. Hang on a minute. What about the 3 mana Excavate with Wind Fury? You can play the... there's a 3 mana Wind Fury Excavate card. You can play that, give a minion Wind Fury, and then buff it up even more with this. So it has good synergy with that card. But overall, if you're running so many buff cards, I don't know, man. I don't think I would ever really want to run this card in my deck. I think it's too situational. Probably this is a 2-star card. Chat thinks 2 as well. Alright. Woodland Wonders. Summon 2 1/5 beetles with Taunt. Costs 3 less. No, this is Druid. I'm finishing this. This is bullshit, man. Why does the library keep jumping classes? It does this every time. Right, Toy Captain Tarim. 5 mana 3/7. Miniaturize. Taunt. Battle Cry. Set a minion's attack and health to this minions. So you want to use this to buff something. Buff it. You buff a shitter, and then you unbuff a shitter on the other. You unbuff like a massive fatty on the other side. It's quite good. I think this card will see play. That's a lot of stats. It's very flexible. Probably like 3-star. It's not as good as Old Tarim. But Old Tarim was one of the best cards in the game. It's not 6 mana, 6/14. If you put this on a Silverhand Recruit, it's 5 mana. It's like 5 mana, 5/13. It's still good. I think it's a 3-star card. Chat agrees. Next one. Tigress Plushie. 3 mana, 3/2. Beast. Miniaturize. Rush, Lifesteal, Divine Shield. That's a lot of words. Remember as well, we can hand buff this. So if we equip our Painter's Virtue, and you know this is becoming like, you know, it becomes, if it becomes a 4/3, then it's as good as a treasure. That's one hand buff. You know, think about, you know, that Rush Lifesteal Dragon that has Divine Shield. That's a good treasure, right? I think this is a pretty decent card. Maybe like, is it a 2 or a 3? It's probably a 2. 4? A 4? Don't forget the mini. I know. I don't think it's a 4. It could be a 3, but I would lean towards a 2. Anyway. Overall, I think Paladin got a decent set. Like, there's some generally strong cards here. Not bad for PP Paladinio. Right, have a look at the first Druid card while I go to the bathroom. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Alright. Woodland Wonders. 5 mana spell. Summon 2 1/5 beetles with taunt. Costs 3 less if you have spell damage. I'm not really sure I would even want to play it for 2 mana. Okay, 2 mana, 2 1/5 beetles with taunt. I probably would play that. Bruh. I don't want spell damage in my druid, though. Do I? I think it's a 1-star. The beetles have taunt? Yes, they do. Anyway, chat thinks 1 or 2. I'll give it a 1. Next card. Sparkling File. 3 mana arcane spell. Deal 2 damage. Your next card this turn costs that much less. Okay, so they want us to buff this up with spell damage, right? So let's say that we buff this with spell damage. I don't know what the spell damage is, but I'm sure it will come. Let's say we buff it with spell damage to 3 damage. Well, then it's kind of like Bone Spike in Rogue, but we don't have Prep in Druid, and Prep was the card that made Bone Spike good in Rogue. I guess we can put this face. We don't need a minion. We can also buff it up higher than 2 spell damage. And then it can reduce the next card by a lot. Just wait until you see the spell damage card. Should we look at the spell damage card first? Let's finish this poll and go to the spell damage card first. So there's a location, gain spell damage +1 this turn only, which is quite good. Aulonius. Is this for 1? Okay, there's a lot of spell damage cards. Let's start with Aulonius, the legendary. 7 mana, 6/6, spell damage +1. Your spells get double bonus from spell damage. Oh my goodness. Aulonius. Bruh. So, I can play Aulonius. I can click my location, this one. And then this is dealing 8 damage. And my next card this turn costs 8 less. But I have to have 10 mana to make that work. And then I can summon 2/1/5. I don't know. I think I'll give Aulonius a 2. Chat, it's not a 5. Come on. Are you trolling? It would deal 6 damage, not 8. It would deal 8 if I click this location, which we'll vote on next. The location, right? Magical Dollhouse. 1 mana, 3 durability, gain spell damage +1 this turn only. It's not bad. It has good synergy with the other stuff. It only costs 1 mana. Is there any other spells in Druid that I want to give plus damage? Not really, right? Moonbeam? Yeah, it could. Is that card still in the game or does it get rotated? Moonbeam. Might get rotated. Oh, Swipe is in standard? Okay. Well, this is pretty good with Swipe. Let's give this card a 3-star rating. Because it costs 1. I think it's generally, this is a pretty good card, especially with Swipe. Alright, so next card. Let's go back and rate this one now, the Sparkling File. I think I would now probably give this one... probably like 3. Probably a 3-star card. Because it's like Bone Spike, right? Also, you can do OTKs with Aulonius, right? Like, you play one of these, you play another one of these. If you clicked the location and have Aulonius, you've already done 16 damage. And then you play, I don't know, a Swipe. The board is cleared. The opponent's pretty much dead. Yeah, I think I'd give that 3 stars. Bottomless Toy Chest. 2 mana, arcane spell. Discover a card from your deck. If you have spell damage, copy it. So, we could use the location and we can get a copy of, let's say, another copy of this card, Sparkling File, and then we have more damage in our Aulonius OTK. but it's a card. This could be a minion. This could be... I mean, I guess there's a lot of other good things you can hit, right? Like, you could hit A&R. Having a copy of A&R isn't bad. It's just not bad. Like, discovering a card from your deck and getting a copy of it, there's a Holy Priest spell that does that. Admittedly, that's only minions, but you need to forge it. This, you only need to click a location. I think this is probably like a... It's probably like a 2 or a 3-star card. Let's give it a 2. Similar to Moonlit Guidance. Yeah. Not really. I think the fact that being specifically a spell or a minion generally makes cards better, so I think that's worse than Moonlit Guidance. Have I rated any cards 5-star? Yeah, a lot of the priest cards I rated 5-star. There have been cards I've rated 5. I'll go back over them at the end. Sky Mother Aviana, 6 mana 5/5. Battle Cry Shuffle 10. Random Legendary. I don't even want to continue reading the card. I think it's a 1-star. Random Legendary minions into your deck. They cost 1. It's 1, right? Why are you rating it 5? Are you stupid? It's 1. It's a 6 mana 5/5 that makes my deck worse. Like, one mana random legendaries are probably worse than cards I would put in my deck. Maybe not, I don't know. It's a 1-star card though. Wind Up Sapling. 2 mana 2/1, tradable. Battle Cry, refresh 1 mana crystal, trade to upgrade. So I have to spend 1 mana to trade it, and then later I might get that mana back. Why are you rating this 4-star? This is bad. How much does it upgrade? I'm assuming by 1. It must upgrade by 1, right? It's not going to upgrade by more than 1. This is bad. It's bad, chat. I don't want to trade this like multiple times. It's OTK setup. You can set the OTK up my asshole, alright? That is not a card I'm going to put in my deck. It's a 1. Jade Display. 1 mana 1/1. Your Jade displays have +1/+1 this game. Shuffle 2 of them into your deck. So it's Jade Idol. It's Jade Idol, but we don't have any Jades, right? Druid didn't. Druid didn't get Jade cards back in Standard, did they? Also, this isn't like this isn't Jade Idol. It's a different mechanic. It's Jade Displays. This is terrible. It takes way too long to get going because we don't have other cards to support it. It's a 1. In Smallen, 3 mana nature, reduce the cost and attack of minions in your deck by 1. So it's like a different way to ramp, right? Incanter's Flow for minions. Yeah. Incanter's Flow for minions. But it's difficult to play all of your minions in one turn, right? The reason why Incanter's Flow on spells was good because you could play lots and lots of spells on the same turn. Difficult to do that with minions. I don't really see this being great, but I could easily be wrong. Is the thing. Like it's ramp, it's a way of ramping. If you play it on free, it could have a huge impact on the game. So I'm leaning towards giving this a 3-star. Flow was nerfed multiple times. It was a 5. Yeah, this effect on minions is very, very different to this effect on spells. I think I'm going to give it a 3. But I could see myself being wrong. Oh, it's gone to Warrior again for some reason. Stupid collection. Right, Cheer Drake. 4 mana, 2/4 dragon. Oh, it's Dragon Druid. Get some support. Miniaturize. Choose one. Gain spell damage +1. Or draw a spell. So it's another way to get spell damage. Or we can just cycle it. So it could be like a... It could be a 5 mana, 3/5, draw 2 cards. Which is not bad. I mean, it's not as good as the... there's a 5 mana 4/5, but when it's finale'd, it draws 2 things and makes them cheaper, right? It's not as good as that. I think this is pretty fringe. I think I'd give it a 2. You get a mini. You could keep the mini for the OTK. You could do. I think I'd give it a 2. I think it's fringe. Alright. So let's have a look at Druid as a whole. I think Druid got a pretty bad set overall. There are going to be people who are excited to have a hoot with Aulonius. I think Aulonius is probably not going to be good, but it could be good. I think the OTK is there with the location and the Aulonius and sparkling files and maybe some swipes mixed in. I think it's there. But I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. Wait, Malagos is back? Really? Really? Wow. I still don't believe in it. Woo Woo Warrior. How many more classes we got? Warrior. Oh, this is the last class. Warrior, and then it's neutrals. Have we really done all the classes? Man, we did turbo through this, didn't we? Yeah, we have. We've really done them all. This is the last class. Warrior. Bot face. Any bots in the chat? I think we might have a few bots in the chat. Bot face. 9 mana, 3/9 mech. Taunt. After this takes damage, get 2 random minis. It costs 9 mana. Like, the effect is good, but it costs 9 mana. It's a 1. Can be cheated, I'm sure it can. But I'm giving it a 1 for now. Maybe I'll come back and re-rate it if I think the cheating is good. Similar to Rotface. Yeah, and Rotface was terrible as well. Chemical Spill. 5 mana spell. Summon the highest cost minion from your hand, then deal 5 damage to it. Okay, so they want you to... I mean, I remember seeing this card and I thought, oh, I want to summon Grommash Hellscream. And then I want to hit my opponent for 10 damage, right? But you could also summon Botface and get 2 minis. Oh, come on, Gecko. This is absolutely not the appropriate time for the Pappy Pappy music video. Right. Where are we at? Completely lost my train of thought. Chemical Spill. What would I give this? Probably like a... I just don't believe in it, but... Maybe a 2. Maybe I'm wrong. Next one. Safety Goggles. 2 mana. Gain 6 armor. Cost 0 if you don't have any armor. 0 mana. Gain 6 armor. Oof. Are we losing Heavy Plate? Or is Heavy Plate still in the game? Because this could be very good with Odin, right? I think you might play this card in Odin Warrior. You may play it instead of Heavy Plate. Possible. You might play it as well as Heavy Plate. But chat, this is not... Come on, chat. This is not a 5-star card, alright? You don't understand. This is a 3-star card. It's a 3-star card because it fits in a deck, but the 5-star card in the deck is Odin. This is a 3-star card. I mean, it's still fine, like... It's still fine if you spend 2 mana on it with Odin. In fact, I'm bordering on giving it 2-star. Like, it's probably more of a 2-star than a 3-star card. It's a boring card as well. Like, really boring. So, not happy. Lab Patron. 4 mana 3/3. The first time you gain armor each turn, summon another Lab Patron. Isn't this a 1? Like... When I looked at it at first, I thought I can summon a Lab Patron and then gain armor again, and summon 2 Lab Patrons and then gain armor again, and fill my board with Lab Patrons. But now that I'm reading it a second time, I think... Am I right in saying it's just a 4 mana 6/6? It's a 1, right? Quality Assurance. 2 mana. Draw 2 Taunt minions. Could be good in Taunt Warrior, but probably not as good as Roaring Applause. So you could also use it to tutor out taunt minions. If there's like a taunt minion that you really want, then you could run this like to tutor out a very specific one. Draw Ziliax, yeah. It's probably like a 2 or 3-star card, this one. Testing Dummy. 6 mana, 4/8 mech. Taunt. Death Rattle. Deal 8 damage randomly split among all enemies. It's rather an irritating minion. Like, if your opponent played that, you'd certainly know about it. I mean, there's similar cards in the game, right? Isn't there? There's like a 6 mana 4/6 undead, but when it dies, deals 4 damage to something. So this is like better than that, but that card sees 0 play. This is probably a 1-star card. Chat thinks a 3-star card. Why is this so much better than the new Hunter card? Wait, what new Hunter card? Oh, yeah, the one with Rush. The 7 mana 6/5 with Rush that Death Rattle deals 5 damage. I mean, that card was terrible. This card is better than that, but I think this is probably a 1-star. I don't think it will be put in a deck. Maybe it's a 2-star. Wreck'em and Deck'em. 3 mana. Choose a friendly mech. Summon a copy of it that attacks a random enemy, then dies. So what they want you to do is play your chemical, whatever it is. They want you to play the chemical spill to summon your bot face. And then they want you to cast your Wreck'em and Deck'em on the bot face, summon a copy of it, and then they want you to have 4 minis. Wow, 4 minis? I'm so fucking excited. Oh no, wait, I'm not. I don't know, can we do anything else with this? Is there anything exciting I can do with this card? Maybe I can have a very specific Ziliax, and I can summon a copy of my specific Ziliax. Combo it with the testing dummy for an OTK. Yeah, it's pretty good with a testing dummy, okay. I don't know, this card is too complicated for me. It's hurting my brain. I think I'll give it a 2. Maybe a 1. Boom Wrench. 4 mana 3/2. Miniaturize. A miniaturized weapon. Wow. Death Rattle. Trigger the Death Rattle of a random friendly mech. Oh, now that's good. Okay. Okay, I understand what they're getting at now. So they want me. I'm having a eureka moment. They want me to play my 4 mana Boom Wrench on turn 4. And then they want me to swing with it. Then on turn 5, they want me to coin out my testing dummy. And they want me to swing with my Boom Wrench a second time. And then that will trigger the Death Rattle of my testing dummy. It makes sense now. And if I wait until turn 6, If I wait until turn 6, I can play the testing dummy, and then I can coin out the miniaturized boom wrench to overwrite the first boom wrench, procking the death rattle of a testing dummy, and then I can swing with a smaller boom wrench, and I can proc the death rattle a second time, so I can deal 16 damage. It all makes sense now. It's all coming together. This is a very, very, very specific card, though. Look at this. Trigger the death rattle of a random friendly mech. I do not like this design. This design is... It is hard focused on mechs with death rattles, which there are not many of. I don't know, man. This is very forced. I don't like it. I'm going to give it a 3. They're doing the exact thing that I've complained about. Like, I've been complaining about this for months now. That the synergies in the sets are just so forced. And they seem to be... They haven't done it on all of the classes. But when it is done, it's so painfully obvious. Like... Fireworker. 5 mana 5/5 mech. Death Rattle. Summon 2 1/1 boom bots. Warning bots may explode. Hey, it's Dr. Boom. It's Dr. Boom, but it's a Death Rattle. And it costs less mana. So this is worse than Dr. Boom. It's a 1-star card. Stop giving it 5-star. Like, who has given this a 5-star? Come on. Next card. Inventor Boom. 8 mana 7/7. Battle Cry. Resurrect 2 friendly mechs that cost 5 or more. They immediately attack random enemies. Okay. Okay, Hearthstone. You really printed this card? You really printed this card? And then you forced me to play it? What if I don't like this card, Hearthstone? What if I don't want to play this card? I don't have a choice, do I? I don't. If I want to play Warrior with some new cards, I don't have a fucking choice. So how good is this card? I mean, if I resurrect 2 testing dummies, then this card is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's probably like a 4 or 5-star card. This is going to hit face really, really hard. Because we can tutor out, like... Well, I guess this has, like, anti-synergy with Inventor Boom, right? So you probably don't run the Chemical Spill. You run the weapon and you run the testing dummy. We can tutor out the testing dummy with this card. And it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do a lot of damage. I hope it's not good, because it's so painfully forced. Anyway, that's Warrior. And that's all the classes. So, with Bran equals... Oh my goodness, you can do this with Bran as well. Yeah, you could do that. But that's a lot of expensive shit. I don't know. Neutrals. So how many neutrals have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got like 35 neutrals. Let's go through these really quick. We're gonna turbo through the neutrals. Treasure Distributor. After you summon a pirate, give it +1 attack. 1. I don't know. There's an undead version of this, right? Actually, the undead one does see some play, but it sees play in in Death Knight, where it has synergy with a hero power. So maybe this is a 2. Yeah, probably a 2. It might be okay in Pirate Rogue. Alright, next card. I said we're going to be quick chat on these neutrals. Sing Along Buddy. 2 mana, 1/4 mech. Your hero power triggers twice. Can we do anything broken with this? Maybe it could be good in that hero power priest. You play this. You play the one that makes the hero power cost 0. And then you play cards, and the Reno hero power triggers twice. Yeah, I think this could be good in it could potentially be good in Matt Priest, and there's probably other. Yeah, Hadanis. Yeah, there's probably Hadanis OTK. Probably like a 2 or 3 star, maybe a 3 star. Stat line's not bad. It's a 1/4. All right. Rumble Enthusiast. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They're trying to make me play Warcraft Rumble. 3 mana 2/5. After you play the left or rightmost card in your hand, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. One. Origami Frog. 5 mana, 1/4 beast. Rush. Battle cry, swap attack with another minion. Do I get to choose the minion? No, I don't get to choose the minion because I'm not putting it in my deck. It's a 1. Nostalgic Initiate. 3 mana 2/3 miniaturize. The first time you cast a spell, gain +2/+2. Oh, it's like there was a 1 mana version of this in Scholarments. And it wasn't bad. But it wasn't bad because it cost 1 mana. I'm not putting this in my deck. It's a 1. Jiggling Toymaker. A 4 mana 2/1 Death Rattle. Summon 2 1/2 mechs with Taunt and Divine Shield. Oh, so this is like the Jiggling Inventor, but it has Death Rattle instead of Battle Cry. I mean, the Jiggling Inventor was really, really good. But Death Rattle is different to Battle Cry. That's a difficult card to evaluate. Probably it's bad. Also, did my music break? I think my music broke. Try and fix it. There we go. Yeah, I think this is probably a 1. I fought way too hard on that card. Alright. Forgotten Animatronic. 5 mana, 4/6 mech. At the end of your turn, destroy a minion with less attack than this. I mean, it could be kind of annoying, but I don't want to put it in my deck. It's a 1. Clearance Promoter. 3 mana, 3/2. Death Rattle. Reduce the cost of 2 spells in your hand by 1. Combo setup. That might see some play. I'm trying to think of a similar card that's seen play in the past, but I can't think of one. Sif? I think I'll give this a 2-star. Fringe. Alright. Card Grader. 3 mana, 2/4 Naga. Battle Cry. If you cast a spell while holding this, discover a card from your deck. So Priest has a similar card, which discovers a spell. Oh, I don't know, man. This is just, it's just a bit slow, I think. It's just a bit slow. It's Vizier. Nerubian Vizier. No, Nerubian Vizier is better than this because it reduces the cost of the card by 2. This doesn't do that. I mean, I think I would probably give this a 1. You giving it a 3? Yeah, Banker is the priest card, which if it's quick draw, it discovers a card from the opponent's deck. Think about playing Banker in Priest. Are you ever happy to do that? You do it when you got nothing else to do, and sometimes it's fine. But the Banker specifically tutors a spell. This could give you minions as well. I think this is a 1. I don't think we're putting this in the deck. Playhouse Gigante. 20 mana, 8/8. Cost 1 less for each card you've drawn this game. How early can we play a 0 mana 8/8? 7/7/7 rogues. The 7/7 isn't a thing anymore because the trickster's gone. There will be some kind of a deck. Bear in mind this is 1 less for each card you have drawn this game. So for this to cost 0, we need to have 5 cards left in our deck. Like that's like 6 cards. I don't know. It's not 0 when there's 10 cards left. Yeah, there's the shuffle card as well. The one that shuffles your cards back in the deck and then draws, so it has good synergy with that. There might be something here, so I'll give it a 2, but I don't really believe it. Nostalgic Gnome. 4 mana, 4/4 rush, miniaturize. After this minion deals exact lethal damage on your turn, draw a card. 1. Floppy Hydra. Anyone in chat got a floppy Hydra? How did they do? How did they get away with this card? It's supposed to be a children's card game. Floppy Hydra, 3 mana, 2/4 beast. Death Rattles, shuffle a copy of this into your deck with permanently doubled attack and health. We saw this with Bottom Feeder. Bottom Feeder had a similar mechanic to this. It was shit. This is also shit. It's a 1. Wow, the neutrals are super bad this set. Nostalgic Clown. 5 mana, 6/5. Miniaturize. Battlecry, if you've played a higher cost card while holding this, deal 4 damage. I mean, that's actually quite a lot of damage. If I play a 6 cost card, this is dealing 8 damage. Is that good? There could be an OTK with a mini. Could be. I don't think that card's a complete write-off. Maybe that's like a 2. Origami Crane. 4 mana, 4/1 beast. Taunt. Swap health with another minion. Oh, now that might be good. Let's say that your opponent has a 5 health minion. You have a 4/5 with Taunt, and their 5 health minion now has 1 health. It's going to be better in some classes, like for example in Demon Hunter, your hero power finishes off the minion. In Mage, you can ping the minion. Maybe maybe a Hunter deck. The Hunter deck that has a bunch of 1/1 shitters can finish off a minion very easily. I think this is not bad. It's a beast as well, so it might fit in a Hunter deck. I think that could see play. That's probably like a 2 or 3 star. Lena, Shop Manager. 6 mana, 3/3. Whenever you cast a spell, fill your board with random shitters of that cost. Oh. Oh. The problem with this card is it costs 6 mana. So, can I make it cheap? Can I play it for like 0 mana and then fill my board with 7/7s or something? I don't know. There's got to be something, right? Yeah, there's the Ensmallen cards. Because this is a very, very, very powerful effect if we can actually pull it off. You think this has got to be decent even with a 0 cost spell? Bro, if you play it with a 0 cost spell, it does nothing. You cast the... Oh, yeah, we can cast the dormant spell on it. So it's dormant for 2 turns, and then it wakes up, and then we make a big board. I don't know. I don't really believe in it. Oh, this is... No. This is different. This is different. I thought it summoned a full board of like 1/1s or whatever. Yes, it summons me. Okay, this is better than I thought it was, actually. So it does work with a 0 cost spell. 6 mana for a 3/3 and 6 penguins. It's not bad. Okay. Okay. I will give it a 3-star rating, or maybe a 2-star. Probably 2-star. 2-star. Workshop Janitor. 5 mana 5/5. Battle Cry. If you control a location, draw 2 cards. There are cheaper ways to draw 2 cards. The 5/5 body is tempting, but I don't think I'm putting this in my deck. I think it's a 1. It's not terrible, but like there's just cheaper ways to draw 2 cards. Tar Slime. 1 mana 0/3 elemental. Taunt. Has +2 attack during your opponent's turn. Wow. A 1 mana 2/3 with Taunt. That's going to really be quite annoying. Or is it shit? I don't know. It's a 1-drop. I could see it seeing some play. Fringe play. It's probably 2. You can... Yeah. Yeah, you could put it in hand buff Paladin, maybe. Silence Priest, yeah. Might be good in Silence Priest with a Unicorn card. It's a 2 or a 3. This minion's not a 1. Scarab Keychain. The deck that will want this wouldn't want this, I think. I don't know, Fury Hunter, man. It's probably shit, but all of the neutrals are shit. Scarab Keychain, 1 mana 1/1, Battle Cry, discover a 2-cost card. Oh. Yeah, that's a 1. Plucky Paintfin. 3 mana 2/3, Murloc, poisonous. Battle Cry, draw a rush minion. Yo, Ramses, thank you for the raid, man. Let's give him a shout out. I like Ramses. Shout out Ramses. There we go. This is a weird card, isn't it? I think it's bad. Like, maybe there's a specific rush minion that we can tutor. So, maybe you could give it a 2. But I think it's probably a 1. Right. Messmaker. 3 mana 1/3. Lifesteal. Taunt. Death Rattle. Deal 1 damage to all enemies. Huh. Is that good? Probably not good. I don't know, it's doing a lot of stuff, but it's small. It's a 1/3. Maybe I can, like, proc the Death Rattle on it. I don't want to put it in my deck, though. 1. Sorry. Let me read the card before I rate it. Gift Wrapped Whelp. A 1-mana dragon. Oh, a 1-mana dragon. 1-mana 2/1 dragon. Battle cry. If you're holding a dragon, give it and this minion +1/+1. Okay, that's a 5. That's a really fucking strong minion. Is this like... This has got to be one of the best 1-drops and one of the best dragons ever printed, I think. What the fuck? How did we go through so many shitty minions and then there's suddenly just a random 5? You're just going to rate everything a 1, Fury Hunter? Alright, buddy. This one is not a 1. This one is very good in Dragon Druid. And it's very good in Dragon Priest. It's a Flame Imp with a dragon tag that buffs something in the hand. Wow. Okay. Just random, really good 1-drop. Cosplay Contestant. 3-mana 3/4. After your opponent plays a minion, transform into a 3/4 copy of it. Oh. No. 1. Character Artist. 4-mana 3/4. Battle cry, draw a minion that costs 5 or more. Give it a funny moustache? What? Tutor might be useful. I guess you can tutor something out. But I don't want to spend 4 mana on it. Maybe I could tutor out my Aulonius, you know? What a hoot. Alright, 2. I'll give it a 2. Bucket of Soldiers. 3-mana 0/2. Death Rattle. Summon 5 1/1 soldiers with random bonus effects. So they can have Divine Shield, Taunt, Rush, Wind Fury, Stealth, Poisonous, Lifesteal, Reborn. I mean, is this good? Can I, how hard is it to proc this Death Rattle? I guess if I can buff this minion, it's a lot of stats. I think that card could see play. I think this could be a 2. A solid 2. Alright. Factory Assembly Bot. 10 mana, 6/7 mech. Miniaturize. At the end of your turn, summon a 6/7 bot that attacks a random enemy. Wow, the 1 mana one is kind of interesting. By the way, this miniaturize, does this miniaturize keyword, does it proc when the minion enters play, or is it a battle cry? So, for example, if I cheat this out in Taunt Warrior, or no, if I cheat this out in Mech Warrior, do I still get the mini? It's a battle cry? Okay. Well, this is probably shit then, isn't it? One. Observer of Mysteries. 3 mana, 2/2 demon, battle cry, cast 2 random secrets. At the start of your turn, destroy them. So it's not necessarily mage secrets. It could be hunter secrets. It could be rogue secrets. The secret might be counterspell. The secret might be vengeful visage. The secret might be I don't know, hidden meaning. It could be literally anything. Could be something that doesn't proc. I don't think this card is going to see play. I think this is a 1-star card. You don't put this in your deck. What is this in Mage Hunter? This is auto include. The thing is, there is some synergy with Mage maybe. So there's a 6 mana 6/6 in Mage. Is that card rotating? The one where if you have 2 secrets in play, it costs 0. So you could drop this and then you could play the 6/6. A secret might be that this, as a singular card, is a 3 mana 2/2. It rotates. Oh well, I guess this is a 1 then. Alright, Origami Dragon. 6 mana, 1/1. Dragon, Divine Shield, Lifesteal, Battle Cry, swap stats with another minion. I feel like it needed to have Rush. Too expensive. So there was a 4 mana one that I kind of wanted to play because it had Taunt, right? This one... I don't know, it's a bit too expensive. I think this one doesn't see play. I think it's a 1. Maybe it's a 2. Sweeten Snow Flurry. 3 mana 3/3. Elemental. Miniaturize. Get Battle Cry, get 2 random temporary frost spells. Temporary, hey? No. 1. Have I gone through all the class cards? Yes, I have. If you missed the set review and you want to watch it, I will tell my editor to upload it to my YouTube, so it should be there in the next few days. You can follow me on YouTube as well. !YouTube. There you go. Go and follow me. Subscribe to me. My YouTube is shit, but it still deserves a sub. Okay. Right. Give that a 1. Joymancer Geppetto. 8 mana 6/6. Battle Cry. Get copies of every 1 attack or 1 health minion you've played this game. So it gives you all of your minis. What else can we get with it? It's filling our hand up, right? It's filling our hand up. And it's costing us 8 mana. And it's not doing any tempo. It's terrible, chat. Come on, you know this. You know this. 8 mana minions have to be... They either have to have a fucking bonkers effect to be playable, or they have to have really, really high immediate impact, right? Think of the 8 cost minions which are playable at the moment. Odin, bonkers effect. Boom Boss, only really playable because of Bran and because Warrior is busted. But bonkers effect, it deletes like the whole board and the whole hand and the whole deck. This is not good enough. It is a 1. It's a 1. Oh, is that it? I think that might be the whole set. Hold on. No, there are still some more. Splendiferous Whizbang. 4 mana 4/5. You start the game with one of Whizbang's experimental decks. Alright, well. Do the artwork. 5? Yeah, okay. Okay, chat. Let's let's move on. Nesting Golem. 4 mana 4/3. Death Rattle. Resummon this with -1/-1. Now, I was disappointed. This works like Rattlegore. So, if you buff it up in your hand or on the board to a 10/10, it doesn't come back as a 9/9, it comes back as a 3/2. So what this is a piloted shredder. It's a piloted shredder. The thing inside comes back as a 3/2 and then as a 2/1. Is piloted shredder playable? No, it's not. So this is a 1. Oh no. Whoops. Sorry, the collection's being weird again. Oh, we got Ziliax now. Ziliax Deluxe 3000. While building your deck, customize your very own Ziliax Deluxe 3000. So this is an exciting card. People are going to give this a 5-star rating because it's called Ziliax and it's exciting. It probably is 5-star as well. It's probably going to be good. Because there's so many different ways you can customize it. So there's a 1 mana module. Death Rattle, shuffle this into your deck. Haywire module, at the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to your hero. Which has some good synergy with the Lifesteal module. The start of your next turn, double this minion's attack. Your other minions have +1/+1. Virus module, stealth, elusive, poisonous, reborn. Ew. Twin module, battle cry, summon a copy of this. Ticking module. Cost 1 less for each minion play. Wait, how many times can we customize it? Like, I just had a 4. What if we just put every single module on it? We put every single module on the Ziliax, and then we just tutor it out with chemical spill. Oh wait, you only get 2? Only 2, okay. Oh. No, that wouldn't be very much fun. Okay. 2 modules. So they've given some examples here. Look. There's a 9 mana 4/5 Divine Shield, Taunt Rush, Lifesteal Rush. Costs 1 less for each minion in play. Oh no. Oh, these are the cosmetic skins. So it has different cosmetics as well. The Perfect module. So that's like OG Ziliax. Yeah, it's cool, right? ticking module costs 1 less for each minion in play. That one could be very good actually. You can probably do negative mana with that one. In the right deck, that might be the best module with ticking module. Like, if you have a board flood deck, like Hunter, for example, you make a board full of shitters, ticking module plus pylon module. That's quite nice. Anyway, cool card. We'll give it a 5-star. Wind up magician. Wind up magician. 6 mana 5/5. Tradable. Battle cry, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Board flood deck like 6 mana card, but summon 6 penguins. Yes, just like that, Furry Hunter. Yeah, 1 star. Corridor Sleeper. So this card's been in the game for like a month already. Haven't seen a single sausage person play it. 1 mana 3/5 beast, starts dormant, awaken after 7 minions die. So that's a 1 star. And then the last card has also been in the game for the last month. Califero the Artist, 8 mana, 6/5 elemental, battle cry, draw a minion, transform all other minion for any minions into copies of it. I actually got killed by this card yesterday on stream. Some druid was running this with Ragnaros in their deck, and they played it, and it summoned. It summoned. And no, what did they do? They made a board full of shitters. I don't know how they did it. And then they played this, and it transformed all of the shitters into rags. And I just laughed. But no, I don't think it's a good card. Oh yeah, funnel cakes. Yeah. Or like a 1 or a 2 star. And that's the set review, chat. That's the set review. We did it. It didn't actually take 8.5 hours. I did play Hearthstone and lift some weights for like 4 or 5 hours at the start of the stream. So we did it much, much quicker than Fino will do it tomorrow. I hope it's been insightful. If I just do a quick summary of the classes, I think Death Knight had an okay set. Like, it's cool that they got a hero card. Some of the hand buff stuff and some of the rainbow support is pretty cool. Overall, I think it got a below average set though. Hunter got a pretty good set. There were some really busted Hunter cards. Jungle Gym in particular, which has some very good synergy with some of the other shit. I think Hunter is probably the worst class in Hearthstone at the moment. Maybe it won't be the worst class anymore. Mage got some really cool cards, particularly the Galactic Projection Orb. Everybody thought this card was nuts. Be interesting to see if just only Spell Mage works out. Priest, I think Priest Standout got the best set. Everybody is gonna be pumped to try Priest on day 1. And I fucking love that. I am a huge PP Priest fan. Priest is my favorite class. Bring it on. Rogue got a shit set. Boo-hoo. Demon Hunter, it depends how good Magferidin is. Like, because the thing that Demon Hunter got, which is good, is this Umpire's Grasp, which was a very good weapon, tutoring out Magferidin or another large demon. Probably the Magferidin. But overall, Demon Hunter got a pretty bad set. Warlock got a fucking terrible set. Depends on how good Nemzi is. But I think not enough support for it at the moment. So yeah, Warlock bad set. Shaman, I think, got some good support for Highlander. Like Baking Soda Volcano was very good. These legendaries were okay. The Sand Art Elemental was pretty good. With we realized this was very good with the frog stick lady. Overall, Shaman I think got an okay set. Paladin had some okay cards as well. There was this really good hand buff weapon. There's this minion which is gonna do disgusting things. Someone will find a deck where this does something disgusting. There are some generally strong cards like Torquay Batarin, the Trinket Artist was good. Druid, difficult to predict how good this Aulonius archetype's going to be. I'm not really a believer, but I think that OTK enjoyers will like killing people with swipes. I think someone will probably get rank 1 legend with Aulonius Druid. Warrior, fuck Warrior. The design upset me with Warrior. It was mainly this card that upset me. Like, just how specific this is. I think maybe you could have made the card, like, slightly worse. Like, made it a 2-2. And maybe you could have done it Death Rattle. Trigger the Death Rattle of a random friendly minion. Because I think the design is just so forced. And I really, really, really hope that this archetype is not good because it is so fucking forced. With the testing dummy and the inventor boom, the boom wrench. Overall, I'm quite excited. I'm mainly excited because I want to play Priest. I'll probably just play Priest for like a good few weeks solid. Provided it's as playable as I think it is. But yeah, cool expansion. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me on the set review. I hope you had fun. There were some good moments.